Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 124 on our new recording day, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. This week we got finally some Cyberpunk talk from Bryant, Miles Morales on my end, and it's, Kelsey, you saw Soul. Lit.
Yeah. We were going to watch...
That's the best part. Anywho, I kind of cut you off there, but I think we're all back now in audio. Yeah. Coolio. I mean, you can wait on Wonder Woman. It's a good thing you picked Soul first. Also, nice shirt. I was going to tell you when you get on.
We were talking about it, and they're like, I said, do you want to watch a movie? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I want to watch Soul first because we got, you guys gave it really good reviews.
Yes.
And then after it finished, I had forgotten that she had work the next day, and it was kind of late. And I was like, we should watch, whatever the hell it's called.
Wonder Woman.
And she was like, I haven't heard really good things about it, and I want to go to bed. So I'm going to go to bed. It's like, okay.
That's fair. I saw it again this weekend because Jana hadn't seen it yet. So I watched it again with her. And I enjoyed the same parts I enjoyed the first time. So.
But like now that you knew the white dress scene was coming,
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, right?
No, I wasn't.
No.
The first time it didn't hit me like it hit you. So the second time I was just like, okay.
No, if I would have saw it a second time, I would know to mute the dialogue in my head.
Was there dialogue?
Just watch.
Yeah, there was.
What about watching the whole thing, except you only see the white dress scene, and then the dialogue just plays in the background?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
That's
like the
fine.
audio is just dubbed over like a repeating GIF of her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the explosion scenes would fit because she looked bomb in that dress.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, dude.
Shoot. All right, but we had our time for that. I am Anthony, the host of this podcast, joined by Brian, my brother. We got WyrdTV, also known as Brian, but we call him Weird.
What's up?
And we got Randalius, known as Randall, a.k.a. Randall Verde, a.k.a. Zen5, a.k.a. LOADITUP, a.k.a. the Tekken Master, a.k.a. he'll 10-0 you. Am I missing anything? That's all?
Lord Randy.
A.k.a. Lord Randy, a.k.a. the Dark Knight himself. Am I missing anything else? You sure?
AKA onlyfans.com/Zen5.
Arkham Knight bumps it.
It's more like Zen thighs on his OnlyFans.
Oh, shoot. Anywho. But yeah, anyway, episode 124, we're here a week after our New Year's has started, and boy, are the gyms packed. Papa's got to go early in the morning now because I can't do the afternoon ones anymore. I did the quickest U-turn humanly possible when I approached the gym last Monday. It was like literally through the glass, I saw the amount of people in the gym. I'm like, nah, bro, I'll see you tomorrow, Jake. And then we had to do a shift tomorrow. So then we did it in the morning. So now waking up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym before work.
What time do you start working? 9?
8:30. Supposed to be 8, but we usually take about an hour and a half in the gym. So it kind of bleeds over. But, yeah, we get there way before 9. So, and it's like 7 minutes away from the job. It's great. It's pretty empty in the morning. Great. But I do need to go past. There's this thing called Play It Again Sports, where they had like sell second-handed like gym equipment. So I was thinking I'm gonna use my the 600 that was sent to us on that, so I could buy some workout equipment, so I don't have to go to the gym anymore. We'll see how that goes.
You get a nice weight set for a couple $100.
Yes. The stimulus?
Ended up getting it. Did you get yours? I got mine yesterday. I got mine yesterday.
In the mail?
No, I checked my account. And I got the
I had to check the mail then. Because I didn't do
direct deposit. Then we can check after this. Just remind me if we're done here. We can go and grab it. See if they gave you something. Just remind me, don't forget. Or Brian will probably remind me.
Okay.
Anywho, so that's the plan anyway. Hopefully I can get some good stuff. You said you can get like a good set for how much, Kelsey?
A couple $100. I mean, if you need weights.
Yeah, I need weights, and maybe I'm looking to get like a power rack as well, but that's when I get more room.
I would definitely check Facebook Marketplace. People sell all sorts of shit on there, and I mean, you could get tons of stuff for basically nothing. Like people buy brand new stuff, and they're just like, I don't want it anymore. Take it.
Maybe because something happened and they just need to get rid of it.
I mean, it's the same thing with like with the college near you. If you went to UCF,
UCF, yeah.
if you went to UCF, like on move out day, dude, seriously, like janitors get the pick of the fucking litter. People have like brand new couches, 60, 70-inch TVs. Like they're just like,
Oh.
I don't feel like moving it back. I'm just gonna throw it out, and they just set it out on the curb. And then the janitors are like, I'll take that, you know.
Thank you. That looks comfy. Oh, that TV looks pretty nice in my living room. Shoot.
Like when I was going to Radford, it was nuts. Move out day was insane.
I don't know that was a thing. I might also check that marketplace. When is move out date here for UCF though? I have to look it up. Anywho, that's what I got going on. Holy crap, Brian! Did you have anything to add last minute, or did you just like Cyberpunk and I'm good?
I didn't do anything new that I haven't done before.
Gotcha. No problem. That's no problem.
I can mention one of the games, but I want to mention it if I ever get good enough to beat it. That one roguelike that plays like Mega Man Battle Network, another stuff from Eden.
Oh yeah.
If I ever get good enough to get far enough where I can say, hey, this is how I feel, then I'll talk about it. But
That's fair.
that game's fucking hard.
I'll take your word for it. Speaking of hard, and it might be in yours and Kelsey's wheelhouse. Did you guys see Loop Hero?
No.
Loop Hero.
Yeah, it's a
on
roguelike, but
Steam?
it's like very complex and deep, like RPG roguelike. So it might be up your alley. Both of you, actually.
Oh, it's like the art
Yeah.
already.
I'll have to
Oh,
take a
what
look
the
at it.
fuck? There's a game you might like, Kelsey, that seems like it's a turn-based, I think it's deck-based roguelike called Card Trick.
Hard
And
trick.
and it looked pretty. I haven't gotten it, but it's on my list of wishes.
Oh,
You'll have to send me a.
just on the store page.
Make it on
Is
Steam.
it
I
heart?
forgot.
Like your like heart
Card,
or hard?
like
Card, like you're
card.
playing
Oh,
cards.
card trick.
Yeah,
I don't know that I can search that and actually find it. Is it on Steam?
yeah. I'm on Steam. I can send it to you.
All right.
Crown
then-
Trick. I'm just a liar. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I think I'm garbage, huh?
The one
I
I'm
posted in-
recommending is legit Loop Hero. So like,
I'm looking at it now. I don't know what's going on.
apparently it's a very deep one. I've read a written review of it recently, and then they love it, and it's super complex apparently. So I'm like, I'm a pew pew man, so like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I might do well in it, but who knows?
I don't know, Anthony. You zoned me before, so I don't even know who you are anymore.
That happened once, okay?
Kind of zoned me.
All right. Anyway, and then also, I guess another housekeeping thing. As of this recording, it won't be too late maybe, but as of this Thursday, Battlefront 2, the new one will be free, I think, on Epic Game Store. So make sure to claim that. So I'm thinking we might do like a multiplayer day and we all play Battlefront one day, because I just finished watching The Mandalorian and I want to pew pew in Star Wars world. So
I'm down. The first one, I remember Battlefront 1. I don't remember if I liked the gameplay, but the
looks
sound
fantastic.
design
Yeah.
and the look, I was like, I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, but I'm in Sir Planet.
yeah, you're there. It was. And I played a bit of Battlefront 2 on the other PC just to see if I can get it to run. It barely runs on hard drives, so don't install it on a hard drive.
So yeah, if you want to, I can install it. I'm down for
Are you
make
talking
it.
about isn't it going to be free this week on Epic?
On Epic?
Yes,
yeah.
sir. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So make sure to claim it, because I want to see if we can do like a multiplayer thing with everybody.
Doesn't it have big lobbies? You can tell everyone, and then they tell two friends, and then
Yeah.
they tell two friends.
Yeah, but yeah, It's just yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I finished Mass Effect 3 and then finished AC Valhalla, and then I'm just like, I don't know what I want to play right now. I don't know that I want to play anything.
Oh, you kind of burned out on just gaming at this point.
Yeah, I started
I'm-
playing Bloodborne, and that's a lot of fun. Getting my ass kicked.
I mean, you're doing better than I did. I did so bad the first run because I picked the one that was like a whip sword, the cane, and apparently that's not the best one. And I did so bad I started another character.
Yeah, that one I think is
Jesus.
more for like magic damage.
If it's so each one of the versions, one of them's good against humanoid stuff apparently, and then the whip's good against monsters. But in my head, all I thought was I love whip swords, and I don't think I got past like the first boss. I was like, you know what, redo.
Oh, I didn't know that. That actually might make a certain part easy because like I got to Bosmer, one of my buddies, the Bosmer. He was like, I need you to go to this area. Okay, why? Just go to the area. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
okay. And then I
That's
start
a-
getting shot with a friggin' Gatling gun. Okay. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, don't worry about it. What do you mean, don't worry? He's literally raining down bullets at me. Okay. and so I got to him, and it's a human, and I think he's human, and like all the other creatures and things, I'm doing like, like 70, 80 damage or more, depending on what it is and what kind of attack I do. First of all, the first time I run it, you have to climb a ladder to get up to it, okay? Because
Okay.
he's like at the highest point of the tower.
I
and
know where
just-
you are now. I know where
and
you
just
are.
raining down bullets. So I get up there, and he's got like a shotgun, and then I'm not even really sure how to describe it. It's like an assassin spike that you can just see,
Okay.
massive, and he just destroys you with. So the first time I ever encountered him, like that I got to him and was like, okay, hi, how's it going? Let's do this. He just goes, and I died. And I was like,
Just back-to-back
That-
shotgun blasts?
yeah, just there was no reload. There was no, he just goes,
When I got there, it's like Old Town something, and you get to him like, oh, he's just a gunner guy. I'm gonna body him. He knew that I didn't respect him. Turned around, hit me once. I got a heal. When I backdash, he knew, so he rolled forward and just kept shooting me and rolling and
Yeah.
chasing me.
so I was like, okay, that had to have been a glitch.
Yeah.
We'll chalk it up to a glitch. We'll just go. We'll go back. And the worst part was I had like 13,000 blood echoes, souls, whatever you want to call them.
Mhm.
And I mean that was quite a bit, considering I started with the bare minimum, dude. I didn't pick one of the classes. I just picked the bare minimum guy so I could control the stats as much as possible. So I was like, okay, I at least need to get my blood echoes back. Hopefully they're just laying on the ground, and he doesn't have them because sometimes when you like get killed by a creature, its eyes will glow because it's absorbed your blood echoes,
Oh.
and you have to kill them in order to get your echoes back.
I like that.
So I get back to him. I get up there. I grab my stuff. I dodge the first thing. Start to hit him. I'm only doing 24 damage. I'm
Oof.
like, what the fuck is this? Okay. And so then we roll around a little bit. I get shot. I try and heal. And then, he just won't heal. And so I like dodge again. He won't heal again. And I'm like, bro, you are literally, and I'm dead. Okay. That's cool.
Ooh.
Let's okay.
Back
Try
to
this
drawing
again.
board.
So I go
Mhm.
back up there and I get up there, and we like doing better, like dodging the bullets, trying to stay close to him so that he doesn't, necessarily use the shotgun. Well, then he like rolls, and his right arm is the assassin weapon. It's like a harpoon that just like literally is like a what do you call it? Like a pressurized spike that just goes shoom, and you
Oh,
like
shit.
hear it when he uses it. Okay, so he like shoots me, rolls forward, and goes,
Ooh.
and then I died. He literally like I only like lost like this much health from the shotgun because I managed to dodge most of the pellets, and then he just was like, "Nah, fam," and then I died.
Holy shit.
My sound effects are amazing, Skippy.
There's a character.
He
that
was right in. I was
play-
trying to dodge it when he was doing it. So I'm like, shit.
There's a boss that I want to watch you do to see. I want to see if there's, you know how like the in 7, one of the emerald whatever, that if you have
Yeah.
material on, you don't know, but if you don't have material on, it's easier.
Yeah.
There's something like that with one of these bosses that I want to see if you just body him without even knowing, or if you have to be told or anything like that.
The worst part is with that one, with the materia, with Emerald Weapon, Air Tam is just materia spelled backwards. I was like 27 when I found that out, and I was reading it going, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now? Like, I could have made this so much easier by just removing a couple of materia and just, like had like one or two good materia on the characters, like a
Mhm.
counter with an attack or something, and just been like, okay, it's dead, but no, I'm like loading my dude up, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do, popping hero drinks right and left. I think it's hero drinks in that game. It makes you invincible.
Like for like a couple turns, or is it like
Yeah.
the immediate turn?
It's like it's time based, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to like turn on what is it? ATB wait. Otherwise the ATB gauge keeps going, as well as everything else counts down
Oof.
while
So then
their other person's attacking, and so it's like you're just wasting
all the time you
your
had
drink.
for
Yeah.
That's no thanks. That's a headache. That's too much meter management now. That's for you guys. That's you
Yeah,
fucking Marvel players.
Bloodborne I've definitely just been going in like full barbarian, just trying to body everything, pumping strength and whatever. But yeah, not doing well with whatever that dude's name is.
The Gatling
I don't
dude or
remember.
the
I just
shotgun
remember it's
dude.
like old whatever town name. It's like Old Yarnum or something like that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, there's. I didn't get to play the DLC because I played it. It was one of the PS Plus games, and I contemplated getting it so I can backwards compatible play it on PS5, so I can play the DLC and do a different build. But me being stubborn, I'm like, they gotta release it on PC if they want me to play it again.
Maybe that's been the rumor for quite some time now. So
I don't know.
that'll be your luck. No, actually, because he's getting a Final Fantasy anyway. So
I mean, it was only like $20.
oh, it was on sale.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on sale. I'm pretty sure on the PlayStation Store it was only $20.
Oh, nice.
So for
That's
the
good.
PS5.
Oh,
because it's one of the PS something classics or something. I think that's why.
Oh, it hit
greatest
the-
hits, whatever they call it.
It's the greatest hits. So they added Bloodborne to greatest hits. I didn't know that, or maybe I did, but I don't. Okay.
We'll see. If by the end of the year it's not announced for PC, and I made a dent in my backlog, which is a big if, I'll get it on.
So you have 12 months to make a dent in your backlog.
The funniest thing is most of it's big world RPG stuff or time consuming. On top of that, in the Steam sale, I bought every Dragon Age again. So now all of those are in my backlog.
I wouldn't add the Dragon Age ones to your backlog because you already beat it.
already?
Yeah, I would add the ones you haven't finished into your backlog, like your official backlog. Then your side quest backlog would be those revisit games.
Would you say that Witcher 3 DLC should be main quest or side quest though?
That's main quest because you haven't done them before, right?
No.
And I would say that would be making a dent in your backlog. That's just.
But have you finished Final Fantasy VII?
No, I'm waiting for the remake, and
I want to play the remake, but
I
I want to get the whole thing. Like I don't want to just pay for What is it, Midgard?
Midgard, yeah.
And then you said there's like a bunch of places afterwards. I don't want to pay $60 for each area. I'd rather all of it come out, have like a collection, and I'll buy that and play it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm trying to remember, but there's like a ton of stuff on disc 1. Midgar is a big majority of it, but they're like after you get out of that, you go to the Chocobo Ranch, you go through the cave, you go to the Phoenix Tower, you meet Yuffie, you go to Juno, and then I think there's like one or two other, or maybe Juno I think is the end of the first one.
The first
Juno
disc?
might be the end of the first disc, yeah. You do a major thing, and then you get on a ship, or you're getting on a ship, and I think as you're getting on the ship, that might be disc 2.
Gotcha.
Because it takes you to another continent.
And there's 4, right? 4 discs.
3.
Oh, okay. Which one?
There's only 3 for
7.
7. Yeah, 8 and 9. I think both have 4.
That might have been it. No, that might have been it because I started 8. Well, Brian started 7. I think it was, and that's why I thought it was 4.
And then I started 7 again, and I got Red 13, and then they looked at the city. Oh, we have so much to do, and I was like, I don't feel a charm in this because I didn't grow up with it, and then I just stopped playing it.
Red 13.
I want to keep playing, but I'll wait for the full release.
That's where I'm at with that. I'll wait for the whole thing to come out, then binge.
Yeah. I'm not trying to spend almost full retail price on a third of the game.
It'd be like that. Let's keep it moving. Cool. Kelsey and I, we've all seen it. You sat down and watched some Soul. What'd you think?
It was awesome.
Okay. I thought we were saying, no, you're all full of shit.
I mean, it was the worst thing I'd ever seen. I'm going to be honest. But,
fuck.
You know, but aside from it being the worst thing I've ever seen, it was pretty amazing. You know, like I was when he gets the gig, right?
Yeah.
And he's walking and he's just walking through
Danger.
New York or wherever it is. And I'm like, this dude's gonna get either it's one of those that he just is mindlessly navigating everything perfectly, or he's about to die. Okay.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know that they would kill him right here, like after everything starting to fall into place and whatever. And then he like snaps back to reality and then, you know,
it happened.
It happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. The Terry and Jerry thing was hilarious.
Yes, thank you.
I'm Jerry.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like, I'm also Jerry. We're all Jerry.
And that's Terry.
Yeah.
Oh my
god. I love the scene when Terry's trying to write the number count. And he opens the portal and the dude falls in and he's like, I got you. Wait, you're not, you know, Joe.
Yeah.
He's like, let's just throw that back in there and pull him back. And he's like, you still got a long time to go. You know, just stay away from the processed foods. And he's like sitting there holding a bag of chips, and then Terry comes back and he's like, seriously, stay away from the processed foods.
Yeah. As he's shaking his life away because he just went through who knows what. Oh my goodness. He's gone like Terry's the one that was hunting them down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his way of fading or like camouflaging within the real life stuff was badass.
Yeah.
He'll come out and be like, I got you. And I'm like, yeah, you would have gotten me. If I would have walked by that, you would have gotten me. It's Prey all over again. Oof.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, like, it was definitely a great movie to see. Like, you get really, especially with 20, you get really attached to 22.
Yep.
You get attached to their relationship, you know. And I really liked how at the very end they were like talking about the purpose and you know, coming to life and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, that makes a lot more sense than, oh, that's your spark. You know, that's your purpose.
Yeah.
Like, definitely like that a lot more.
They did a good job handling it. I liked it a lot. So again, now we're 4 for 4 here, people. Go watch Soul.
I'm tempted to rewatch it soon already.
It's on Plex.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not one to like immediately rewatch movies. I have to like really like it, or it can't fuck me up too much. I've only seen Logan once, and we're probably keeping it that way, to be honest with you. Same thing with Coco. I've only seen it once, but La La Land I've seen countless times already, and it's up there for me.
You wanted to keep it right there? You're gonna keep it right there at a...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A solid number.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, then we'll go. Let's keep on going to the next good news. Speaking of Logan, Brian, Kelsey put on here. Deadpool 3 was confirmed today by Kevin Feige. It's going to be rated R, as usual, and it will be a canon MCU movie, as in it's in the same world.
Yep.
So now the question is, who do you think we'll see in it? It's not a Deadpool movie without cameos, so...
Spidey. It has to be Spidey. They have too much history in comics.
So definitely, maybe Spidey, definitely.
I really want them. I don't want them just to do Spider-Man. I want them to do like all three of them. Like all three of them just randomly. Like he like runs into them in the movies, and then like shits all over their hopes and dreams. Where like he like runs into Tobey Maguire and is like, "Didn't you used to be something?" You know?
Yeah, like or like make fun of the emo dance thing he did or some shit,
like,
and then move on to Garfield.
something.
That's what would happen.
I just think that would be hilarious.
It's obviously Nick Fury's gonna be in it because someone has to make fun of him. I don't know who else because I don't know when this is coming out too.
Yeah, I don't know if the X-Men will be introduced yet, so I don't know if they'll even show a single X-Men.
Well, they usually go back to what's the metal guy's name? Totally blanking.
Colossus?
Colossus, yeah. I mean, he's usually in there, and then the supersonic
Mega
freak
teenage,
thing, whatever,
Mega
you
Death
know.
or something, I don't know.
But that was before the Disney acquiring it. So I don't know if they're gonna want to introduce the X-Men in this movie since he already has ties to the X-Men, or they're gonna introduce the X-Men before so then they can make cameos in this.
What I'm hoping is through this movie they bring back Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
Oh my god,
Because
that'd
Ryan
be
Reynolds
great.
and him are actually like friends, so it'd be cool. The biggest thing I'm worried about is how much is Disney allowing. How much are they keeping from what Ryan Reynolds is writing, and how much are they altering to fit whatever they want?
From the
That's what I'm more worried about.
From the IGN article, it says that he's writing this. He's writing it. Ryan Reynolds is on top of it.
Yeah, but they can say, "Oh, he's writing it," but who's
the final
the
cut?
one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will see. I guess if it becomes like a shit show during production, we'll know why.
I'm hoping not. Since the Hulk will never get a movie, this is all I got. So,
Well,
What are you
now
talking about? Lou Ferrigno played the best Hulk of them all.
we're not an MCU Hulk movie. So apparently, Thor is the new Hulk. That's what they thought was funny. So
facts.
I didn't know. Did you guys know that this line in Ragnarok where he's like, "We're friends from work," was actually from like a Wish kid?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so apparently there was it was one of those like Wish or one of the
Like a
Kansas
Wish
kids.
Foundation or something.
Yeah, where he like showed up to the set so that they could show him because he wanted to see the movie, but they weren't really sure that he was going to survive, so that long enough to see it. So they brought him on set, and he said they should say that Thor should say is a friend from work, and they kept it in. For the movie. I thought that was really awesome.
Nice. I mean, it played well. It fit the banter they were doing. So it's a friend from work. It's great. But did Disney get the rights for Hulk from Universal or no?
No, Universal still has him. I think they just have some kind of agreement where they're allowed to use him in the MCU movies. But
I thought they bought
Universal
him.
stops being an asshole,
Yeah.
then he can have his own movie. But
I thought
they already fucking ruined Planet Hulk. So
I thought they bought him and Fox at the same time. So, but I guess that's not the case.
not to my knowledge. Maybe I'm stupid. That's also an option.
That's an
but
option. Yeah.
I don't remember it being a thing.
I'm all down for it. I'm glad it's in development. I was hoping Deadpool gets rolled into the MCU. I'm curious to see just the jokes. Whatever bad guy there is, I'm not going to care. I just want him shitting on everyone in MCU. Because that'd be great.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a teaser trailer out from like last month about the movie. I didn't see this.
A teaser trailer? It hasn't even been written yet. How's it? If you can see, if you can find it, link it.
Let me see if I can.
Speaking of Marvel, since we're on the topic of Marvel, when this goes live Friday, that's when the WandaVision starts? This Friday?
I don't remember the date.
I think it's this Friday. So if you guys been looking for the WandaVision TV show, which is the show with Vision and Scarlet Witch,
Scarlet.
starts this Friday on Disney Plus and other sources. Wink. Anywho,
I don't know if I care, but I'll watch it.
So apparently there was a teaser trailer on June 29th of 2019. I
think that's before the acquisition, so that might have been maybe what they were planning before the MCU, before they were added.
Maybe. There's another. So in the list it says Deadpool 3 Logan Resurrection teaser trailer.
I think that's him fucking around at this point. Because he, like Brian says, he loves to fuck around with Hugh Jackman as often as he possibly can.
This is hilarious. He literally is. He's walking around with a metal detector, looking for Logan, and then they get to he actually gets to the
forest.
The forest where they put the little stick in the exit, and he's like, "Okay, let's get rid of this." And
Yeah.
starts digging him up.
That sounds good. Then maybe he will be brought back during the Deadpool one, and that might spawn the X-Men.
Who? Fox made Logan, right? The movie.
Yes,
it's a Fox thing.
It's a Fox thing. That's why they ended it the way they did.
What if instead of Logan, they actually do more X-23 stuff?
That'd be cool, but then they have to time travel a bit in that universe. But then again, it's going to be a multiverse thing soon with the Doctor Strange movie. So where we land, who knows?
That's what's got my attention right now, to be honest. So WandaVision, maybe I'll watch it because I'm kind of burnt out on superhero stuff right now altogether.
That's kind of the reason that I never watched the Spider-Man movies, is because it was like one superhero movie after the other, with like the Avengers and everything else, and then I was like, I really want to watch Spider-Man.
As you watch Shazam.
You did watch Shazam.
Shazam was a good movie, so
Shazam was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Shazam and Spider-Man, but if I ever tell you to go watch one, I'm gonna go tell you to watch Spider-Man. But Shazam
now
was
I can't
really cool.
Go watch it.
Oh, that's true. Well, maybe you'll catch him in.
Can't let you be 5 for 5.
Oof, that's facts. But then you can maybe watch the new Spider-Man, where apparently it's rumored to have everybody and their grandma in it, and then you can watch that.
Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Okay. At least you saw that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because that was really cool.
I'll take what I can. I'll take what I can at this point.
And that's definitely one he should watch. If he had to pick between all the Spider-Mans, that's the one I'd recommend.
Honestly, probably, yeah.
Over the Tom Holland ones that he hasn't watched, Into the Spider-Verse was definitely better. But that's just me, mate. I still don't have any options.
I still really enjoy the Holland ones, but I really enjoyed Spider-Verse as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't need to watch another movie to get what it is. It's its own thing, and you get all of it. So.
Yep. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Somehow this reminded me of Hellboy, and there's going to be an animated movie for it, I think, or a show. I don't know what it is.
For Hellboy?
Yeah.
Ron Perlman, sorry, is he going to voice?
I don't know about the voice. I just saw like an ad for it on Instagram. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then just kept moving.
And it kept scrolling. Hey, that happens.
I'll watch it. If it's an animated show or movie, I'll watch it. I like that fish guy. And I like playing Hellboy in Injustice.
You like that fish guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember the fish guy?
I know who his name is. That's why I'm laughing. Because it's fish guy to you.
I don't know his name.
That's fair.
I'm like Beerus, where you have to earn me remembering your name.
Oh, so you have to do really well at a tournament that was determining your life for you to remember the name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair. I mean, if we can move on from here. The Deadpool 3 thing is super hype. It's like breaking news. I hope it turns out fantastic. We'll see. I'm sure we'll see a trailer in a year.
Yeah, I didn't see any sort of like planned release date. But I'm from the few things that I saw and read, it looked like they were, starting to move into production, with a lot of it.
Good.
Even, given the quick the COVID stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of movies, they're actually moving back into production. They're just taking very strict regiments against it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably like testing everyone every day before starting the day.
Yeah, Tom Cruise apparently blew up at some of his staff because they were disobeying the orders and just like yelling like crazy at them.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. You don't fuck around with Tom Cruise, right? He pilots helicopters for a movie. All right, like
What's funny is apparently he's a sweetheart normally. There was one of the Full Sail teachers for like Foley sound recording, like the footsteps and like jacket rustling. That was his job, and he worked with Tom Cruise, and he's like the most humble person. He'll ask like the assistant, whatever, and he's like, "Hey, you want anything? You want some coffee? I'm on the way." Like he was like that kind of attentive. So
Well,
him yelling or him snapping is funny because I wasn't even told that he's like relaxed.
Well, I think it's because from the context, it sounds like he's been doing a lot to try and get production underway for one of his movies, and you know they'll shut everything down if people are starting to contact the virus and if they're not following protocol on things. And so he had apparently like told these people a couple of times like follow the rules, like you need to wear the mask, you need to make sure you do this, that, and the other thing, and they're just kind of like it's whatever, man. And he was just finally like, fucking listen, like we're out here every day. You know, there are people that don't have jobs that aren't being able to work. Like you're just basically shitting all over them because you know you're able to be here.
oh shit, that's facts right there. Tom Cruise, 2024.
They think that I'm Tom Cruise.
I don't know.
The bitch I'm Bobby with a torque.
All right, let's move on from here before we get invaded. Anywho, all right, so yeah, Deadpool 3. Brian, I guess it's time. We're kind of a couple, like a month old here news. You have finished Cyberpunk 2077. Main story.
My first playthrough. It was about like 2/3 of the way through where I didn't get something I wanted narrative-wise. Two things. One, the romance option.
Okay.
Because of my character's gender. And at that point, I was already pretty annoyed with my playthrough. The second one was a certain choice that it wouldn't let me do because I didn't do certain things. So I was like, I'm gonna go through this. No spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil Cyberpunk. And at that point, I was like, I'm just gonna run through whatever side missions I cared about. I did those. I didn't do like 100%.
Yeah.
And I went to the story. I don't know where to start. So boom, right? Waited 8 years for this game. 8 years for this game.
Okay.
Install the game. The game's gorgeous. If your computer can allow it, I didn't play on consoles. My review is not on the PS4 version. It's not on the PS5 version. It's about the PC one on GOG. I can't speak on their fuck up with PS4 because I didn't play.
Yeah, the fuck up was on the PS4 and the Xbox One OG. The like the S, not the Series S, the S. The one I had, the super low powered. You basically turn it on and go get a coffee, come back, and then it's loaded. Like,
no, so I didn't, and it was on an SSD, so load times were very quick. I will give them that. Quick load times. The game is gorgeous. Ray tracing, I had it on for a bit, and every now and then I would just turn it off and turn it back on, like different settings for it. The only thing that was noticeable to me was the lighting, and sometimes, depending on where I was, the shadow one. Mm-hmm. So it was get those and randomly go down to like 19 frames, or play it without ray tracing. Still looks gorgeous with the DLSS. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
And then to have it look gorgeous, 60 frames solid. I did that for like half of the game. So looks wise, very pretty.
But how did streaming it go?
For the 35 minutes of character customization, it was pretty cool, dude. I started streaming it. People were saying it was choppy. I entertained the idea for a bit. Someone came in, yo, it's choppy. You're not gonna ruin my night. All right?
Yeah.
I mean, this stream's done.
It was so funny. He's like, because he had told us before, he's like, any inconvenience, I'm out. You know, and then like he tried messing with the settings some, and I forget who was in there, but I joined in and I was like, man, it is pretty choppy. And he was like, okay, and he tries to mess with it some more, and it got better for whatever scene he was in, and then it just went to shit. And then we were like, it's still really choppy, and then he's gone. And everybody that was in the chat, that was in the chat was like, did his stream crash? And I was still sitting there going, no. He was like, well, what happened? He bailed the fuck out. That's what happened.
You didn't even say bye. You just cut the fucking stream.
I warned everybody.
He was
If
just like,
anything
okay,
ruins me-
and then goes.
Oh my god.
I literally went like, oh, it's still choppy, all right. And then it just set off like.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up. That's dirty, bro.
I let people know any inconvenience. If somehow my camera was like, instead of 60 frames, 59, and anyone said anything about it, it was done.
That's the equivalent of literally going over to a friend's house and you're like, oh man, let's go pop some brews because whenever start playing a game. Mid-match, you just get up and walk out. And not say anything.
No. That's him going, I'm going to go to the restroom. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm out. Just like walks out.
It's like, I can't find the bathroom, so I just walk home.
Holy shit.
He doesn't even take the car home. He just fucking walks home.
So he's probably blocking somebody so they can't leave, and he's just gonna go home. That's fucked up. Okay, well,
I let people. I've been waiting 7 to 8 years for this game. No one's gonna ruin my experience.
Okay.
I said this before I streamed.
That's fair.
Something questioned my gangster. So I had to get out.
Hey, that's fair. Go for it.
I mentioned looks. Game's gorgeous on PC only. That's what I play it on.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what I should. Should I
Sound?
talk about combat? Sound wise, it was standard. It wasn't anything that was like, yo, I'm in here. It wasn't Battlefront. That's still like one of the best examples I can give. The reboot one, not the one from like 2003. In first person, the sound wasn't like I'm in this city. I wasn't on any Discord or anything like that when I was playing usually.
So you were all in.
I didn't turn. Yeah, I had it as loud as possible without it like hurting my ears. Like,
yeah.
Just to engulf it. Sound wise, it's whatever. It's not. It's not immersive. I guess is the best way to explain it.
Okay.
Am I talking about combat or narrative next?
Well, I mean, you're not gonna spoil the narrative, so I mean.
I'm just gonna say how I felt about it. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Which one?
Oh, narrative. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Or yes, you go with yes.
I normally don't compare a game, even if, like, especially if it's a different IP, to another game made by the same company. I usually can take it as it is what it is. Being so spoiled by Witcher 2 and 3, the only two Witcher games to come out,
Okay.
there's a lot of times where I couldn't help but do so. So the main story is nothing special about it, to be honest with you. You've probably seen this plot in a movie. I've seen it in a game. I'm not going to name the game, obviously, because then you're going to get what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special. A lot of times, the choices, it just felt like you got dialogue options, and all of it led to something similar. In games like Dragon Age or Skyrim, and even Witcher, let's say this is your background, you being of X thing could be a way to get something you couldn't have gotten if you chose a different outcome or different background or something like that. Even in Mass Effect 1, depending on what your background was, how you were raised and all that, you'll get different quests.
Mm-hmm.
Be like one or two. This one, it was more like they put this here, and then it's just your way of saying, oh, as a matter of fact, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
knew
you
that my
put up
cousin was a Bluetooth radio. I remember that.
Yeah, if you put up intelligence, like, oh, what is that, a C49344? Like that's, and then
It's a lot
that's
of
about
force.
it. If you max out cool like I did, you're basically an action star. The way he responds.
Okay.
Max out strength, you want war with everybody. Nothing felt. What are those green flipping boards on each person? We're on Discord. So yeah, those things were just there to show that you have high enough level to do it. trying to think. So yeah, the main story, it was whatever. I was like, but maybe at least like Witcher, the side stories would have been captivating. It would have been more entertaining than just the main story itself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that's not the case. Out of all the characters you meet, I literally only cared about one character.
Oof.
It's clearly the main character.
Honestly, my character was whatever. It's just dry.
Your character's not
never-
the main character.
My character's not the main character, but my opinion about my main character, it just felt like some guy, some vanilla fucking guy.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't feel like you could shape them almost at all. The most you can do is like, oh hey, my intelligence is up, so I'm gonna ask you some tech question.
Let's get it, bro.
It really did not feel like anything mattered.
Can you port forward? Is that the kind of questions they ask you?
It's like tech stuff that doesn't exist. I don't know how to explain it. Imagine an old sci-fi movie where they're like, yo, the distributor went loco crazy and to the max drive.
And then you're like,
And
bet.
and then your character will be like, well, where's your 420 biscuit? And then that's all you get.
I can't circumcise a circuit, so
Yeah. You can't modulate the postulate.
yeah.
I'm going overdrive. Like that's
And you're like, whoa! And now
Yeah.
you can run 2 miles per hour faster.
It's silly narrative wise. Only one character's side arc. Like some characters have full arcs that you go through.
Uh-huh.
Again, only one mattered. The other one was like some character who I don't know what my identity is. Like if she belonged in a group or by herself, I'm like, I don't care. You're an adult. Do something. As people know, Keanu Reeves is in this game as Johnny
What?
Silverhand.
I've seen all the marketing. I've never seen him on a
Wait,
trailer.
Keanu Reeves is in the game?
Yeah.
What? Is he breathtaking?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
His whole
he said I
character-
was.
His whole character, I could have not had in the game. Imagine, you know the jokes I make ran over like a anti-government, basically. The stick it to the man.
Those aren't jokes.
Imagine that.
I'm kidding.
Almost every fucking scene, he's over there. Hey, man, smokes cigarette. It gets old after like the second main story, and he talks sometimes to the side stories. I'm just like, why are you here? I try to be nice to him, like, oh, let me entertain him. Dull.
Okay.
Um,
You're not about the revolution, man.
the ending, you saw it coming. There's no plot twist. Did you do the grave visit for Johnny? Yeah. Then still, I was like, I just don't care about this guy. I feel like, you know the meme where it's like, oh, this game's not coming out. It was just an excuse for us to hang out with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That's honestly what it feels like after going through his whole arc.
Cover in the
from
chat.
The physics are pretty bad. A lot of questionable stuff happens. I was gonna start a second playthrough, but I'm waiting for the January big patch that they mentioned. So yeah, narrative, there wasn't much there. You might like it, Anthony, because even if the story's not great, all these missions are like, oh, I did this. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did this.
I'm already
Yeah.
way into that rabbit hole. I started playing it, and then more and more objectives came, and I'm completing the objectives, and I'm like, check mark, simulator begin.
Yeah, so as far as narrative, I was underwhelmed. I think Randall came in as I was looking at the credits, like, you beat it? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, what'd you think? And I was just like, so whatever.
You played it.
Yeah.
You can cross it
So,
off your bucket list. You can tell
on
your
graphics-
grandson.
On graphics, it won me over because it's pretty. Sound was whatever. Narrative was bad. Gameplay is what actually made me enjoy my time with it. It's first person, you can shoot or you can melee, whatever. The melee does not feel good at all. I was gonna do a melee build, and it feels so yuck that I was like, revolver it is, because I'm not dealing with this melee stuff. And there's some missions we get to do fist fights, and it feels so
The
gross.
bot-
I only did one.
You're talking about the champ one, right? The
Yeah,
side
that
missions
shit
you
is
get in the
so
beginning.
gross. What would you want to see more of it? What would you want to see more of in it? I just wanted it to feel like an actual city that was living. It just felt like, oh, we're in a city, and there's sprinkles of people, And the people that they had in there, I could not give an ounce of a fuck. Minus one character. I just punched myself in the ear. Minus one character.
But from what I played, they have maybe like a small pool of NPCs. There's once where I walk everywhere in this game, by the way, because you haven't mentioned it yet, Brian. But the driving feels like ass.
It feels different on. I was playing keyboard and mouse, and I was on a bike. It didn't feel too bad.
Okay, well, I'm with from what I've played. The car I have is horse shit, or if I'm always swerving left. I'm like, I'm just tapping the control stick. Why is this car fucking Destruction Derby 360 my life all over the place? Anywho, I walk.
Staten's living the high life. He says, "Yeah, I have 600 plus paintings worth $4,000."
Holy shit! What did he collect art?
I would go with yes, since he has 600 paintings that are worth $4,000.
Where does he store it?
Bro,
That's another conversation. Hey, you can't say things like that. I'm gonna have follow-up questions.
Well, he doesn't say each, so he says 600 plus paintings worth 4,000. So maybe a sum of them adds up to 4,000.
Oh, okay.
He didn't elaborate. He hasn't even beat Heavy or Risk of Rain 2 yet. So.
Oh my god, he's gonna come in here and flick me off again. Cobra says there's a mod for the driving.
I know,
okay, good.
I know you meant in game to state. Where where are you storing them in game? Is there like a special storage or?
Oh, you can store that in your stash at home where the guns are, or you can store them everywhere. I thought you meant in real life. I'm like, what?
No, it was in response to the
Gotcha.
Cyberpunk stuff.
The home, I never went back to again. I feel like maybe it'd be cool if you go, you rest, someone randomly tries to shoot you, or something that was like, oh, what the hell?
That felt dynamic.
Yeah, that wasn't the case. I already talked about narrative. Gameplay. The way you unlock skills and stuff is like Skyrim, and that was my favorite thing about Skyrim, where let's say you keep using a shotgun, you're gonna level up the annihilation skill tree and do things like that. I like it that you get better at a skill tree by using that skill tree.
Facts.
I don't like that you can just walk around and just knife someone, but then it's like, oh, but you can use that for guns.
You never used the gun.
You can use the skill points that you unlock from other trees into whatever tree, which I guess is cool. But if I'm using this primarily, I want it to show by the end of the game. Yo, he's wild with that revolver. Which
that's all he used.
Yeah, it got to the point where literally I had a silenced revolver, and there's like these small or like the mini bosses called the Cyber Psycho quest. It was like, yo, watch out for this guy. Yo, he's dangerous. And you can see the bodies of people around, and I see him and I go, headshot, slept, and I move on to the next guy.
Next person. Easy. Okay.
So gameplay felt fun minus combat. I like the skill tree because Skyrim had that.
You haven't mentioned the hacking.
Hacking, I didn't really build hacking.
Oh, okay. Well,
but even then, it just felt like, oh, do this to get X thing. At least like when you plug into like a machine, hack and get money. Into people, I think I'm gonna like it. That's what I'm gonna build into primarily in my second playthrough, because to me that's their version of being a mage, kind of. It's like you hack in, you can set them on fire by hacking them, like a synapse burnout, just things like that. It might be cool if I build it, but since I didn't, all I had was like very limited things.
Okay.
Sometimes if someone looked at me, I'd make them go blind, and then I just revolver them, and they're gone.
Oh fuck! So you blind them and then walking around in the eyes.
Yeah. I melee all the cyber guys to knock out. I made every revolver I had a mod where I could just make it non-lethal. So I didn't have to worry about, oh, is he dead? Well, he's gonna be slept. Like, we know that for sure. If he's dead, that's up to me if I shoot him again after. But he's gone.
Wait, so if you shoot them after a knockout, they're dead even if you have non-lethal rounds?
I checked it, yeah, so you shoot him, if you sleep in one shot like I did every time, you'll see their body like on the ground. Mm-hmm. And I was like, for giggles. So I domed him again, his head exploded.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that's dead. That's dead.
Traversing the game whether I did like the first half just sprinting everywhere. I enjoyed it. And then I was like, let me try driving. So I summoned the cars feel whatever. The bikes, I throw on that jazz and I just drive long distances. And I was like, this is fun. You see the different cities, how they look. You know, the game's gorgeous, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're like, oh, you're driving and say, hey, we got a 493er. I'm like, bet. Revolver out, and I sleep everyone one shot every time.
Okay. I only I haven't gotten far in the game obviously, but I've unlocked the rest of the island. Like the lockdown's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I only get in a car if I have to cross like a bridge or something. Other than that, I'm walking everywhere. I love walking around, seeing how condensed everything is, the tall buildings, the same four NPCs over and over again.
I think that's what made me get tired of running, is because I would run to see the same guy 12 times.
There's a guy he walked by me, bro. I turn the corner of, not even turn the corner, I'm just the same road. He just appears again. And I'm like, bro, what?
And the AI is so stupid, and they're just plopped in and they don't have any sense. And I say this because I was talking to someone I just saved from it's a side mission. I saved from some kind of like a mental ward.
Okay.
Trying to have a serious conversation. I'm like, yo, we're gonna get you to safety. You don't have to worry about this trauma you dealt with. We're about this far away. Someone walked in between us mid-dialogue, looked me right in the eye like this, and then just walked away. So like, you knew you didn't fucking belong there.
It's good. They seem to have just basic script like spawn, walk X amount. That's it. There's no you can say hi to some people and they'll be like, fuck off, or like whatever, and then you move on. There's not much.
I don't know if there is an option for this or not, but double tapping to evade on keyboard got me in a lot of trouble, and I wish you could make it like, oh, shift into the side maybe. I was doing some quest, having some bullshit like there's some kind of faction that's like full America South, right?
Oh shit!
And I was up there on the roof, and I was talking to this guy to do a quest, and I guess I accidentally double tapped and I evaded. Everybody pulled their guns out. Apparently, me evading started a fight, so naturally, one shot of them on the head with my revolver, and then I got a legendary. But it's like that happened so many times where I'm, hey, so can you do this? And I dodged, and they're like, what the fuck? And so.
I mean, I pull my gun out and someone who does that to me. Who's dodging something?
Though. I'm just like this.
Yeah, but if you're just talking to someone, like me and Randall just here looking at each other, and I do some wild fucking dodge, I'm gonna hit you with this repeater, with this revolver.
And you think you'd be like, oh, what the hell? Don't do that again. It was like I did it. 3 rooftops full of just south just stood up, guns out.
Oh my god.
What the hell was I gonna say? Hey bro, look at my sick dodge move. No, they weren't like that. They're like, yo, you're out.
Yeah, they're like, I don't like your dodge move.
I had a fucking revolver. One shot slept anyone. Keep that in mind. Also on gameplay, I played on normal. I always played on normal because in my head that's what the devs intended. I don't know if it's just because I'm so nice with it, but the game gets real easy once you're like certain level. I didn't even get max level. Max level is 50. I get like level 35 with that revolver, and I rarely switched that. It wasn't very often. I'm like, oh, this is better. I used like one from very early, not even very early from the game, but
like level 5 or 10
hours total. At 6 hours, 60 hours total in my playthrough, around there. Maybe I had the same one for 30 hours.
Holy heck!
That's kind of the strength of building into certain things. There's only one enemy, which is plot-wise, and it's near the end of the game, where I was like, yo, fuck. And I had to pull out every gun I had. Because they wouldn't die.
Well, shit, Diana.
Yeah, and the street cred thing, hilariously easy. I maxed that out, and I was level 35. Like, I got to 35 actual level, and I maxed out street cred very early. As long as you're just doing things, it doesn't even have to be quests. I can just walk up to a guy and just headshot him, right? And if he was some kind of gangster, it's like, yo, you got some street cred. I just, somehow I created a guy with my fists, and I slept the bouncer immediately. And it's like, yo, you maxed your street cred. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I'm just walking around sleeping fools with his guns.
Yeah, my revolver and the fucking knuckles. They gave me a sniper too that was pretty good, but because I basically maxed out my pistol tree, my revolver was a sniper. You feel me?
Oh shit. Okay.
I slept everyone. So that gameplay was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what honestly made me enjoy my experience. The story didn't. The graphics helped. The gameplay was like, this is fun to do. This is a loop that I appreciate. Trying to think what else is left. All right, so I guess this is its own category, bugs.
Yeah.
What the hell happened with this game? There's times where there's bugs that I had to reload my save again. There's a quest we had to go and do something, like interact with it, and one of the characters drives you there. So you're just along for the ride, and then you get out and you have to do this thing. Yeah. Somehow the game was like, you can't touch this, you can't pull your gun out, you're only in scan mode. I was like, what the hell? There's another time I'm in the middle of a fight because my street cred's up. Everyone looks at me. They know what my revolver can do, and they test it.
He one-shotted a bouncer, bro. His street cred out of this world.
Out of this world, dude. And I was like, oh, shit, let me run a cover. And I jumped, and somehow I got stuck in a chair. I couldn't move at all. So everyone's coming at me. I'm warring with one hand. And I had to kill them, save, load it again, and then I could move.
Gotcha.
Another time, I was doing some sneak mission where they're like, yo, kill this guy. Try to do it without getting caught. I fucking domed one guy, but then someone's next to him, and sometimes they're like, you're dead, he's there. Like, sometimes they just know for no reason. And so that happened. After I shot the guy, I sprinted to some place, and then I tried to kill the other guy. I had no gun. I had no way to defend myself, and it was just a big guy just working my body in the corner. I couldn't do anything because the game didn't let me. And then I don't know if this was a common bug. I don't know if they fixed it. Doing a main mission, the only way to progress is go through an elevator for plot-wise. I hit the button, it's going down for a bit. Out of nowhere, it shoots me out of the elevator. I go to like the first floor and it kills me. So I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. On that same save, I kept doing it. I kept getting shot out the same way. I'm like, what the fuck? I load up my game again. This time it's shooting me in a different angle. So I'm like, okay, I've seen speedrunners do this to manipulate it. I'm gonna get in the elevator. I'm gonna crouch. I'm gonna hold forward. Same thing happened. It shot me right in front of the guy I had to talk to. And there's like a whole street between the elevator and him. So somehow I floor skipped.
Did you yell time?
I was so startled that I like laughed. I said like 19 frames at least.
It's called Bryant balls, what Cobra said.
Yeah, if you bryball, you can save like a bunch of frames. It's one frame though, 1 frame window. There was another one, I'm trying to remember, there was another bug that I was like, why is this happening to me? But I can't remember what it is, and maybe I'll come back to it. But yeah, overall, this game is stupid buggy. Not PS4 level, but a lot of times, the game's not immersive already. But this completely, if you weren't immersed before, this is just going to make you either frustrated or you're going to have abs. That's the level of bugs.
Yeah, for me, it's at the abs. I laugh at anything that's weird. It makes me laugh.
There's another one that I can't. There's a side quest. This person.
I was about to say I love janking games, and it reminded me of I still haven't even published the clips from Valhalla when the guy came at me and he swung around me. Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh fuck. There's a side quest in this game where you have to find a certain person and you have to go to this club. You go through an elevator, there's someone in front of the door that goes into the club, and it says, speak to this person. That person didn't ever spawn. So you walk there, you just see goons. Your character's talking back to that character, but you can't progress because you have to pick your option. And so he's talking back to someone you can't hear, and you can't choose anything, and it's just a door. So I had to go to an older save, which was 20 minutes earlier, and do something specific according to their website, and I got to them. The next day they patched it out so he always shows up.
So they fixed it.
Yeah, so this game's very buggy. If someone were to ask me, hey, should I buy this? For $60, if you can get it cheap already, yeah. If you wait to however the state of this game is after the January patch, maybe the February. I'd wait till the February one because they said the first 2 months are getting one. I'd wait till the February one and then maybe do it. That being said, no narrative, but the gameplay was fun enough that you can actually it'll carry your experience.
The patches are only for glitches in gameplay. It's not for anything else.
All they've mentioned is we gotta fix it somehow patches.
Yeah, this is.
They said that this whole with Witcher and they announced that this whole year there's gonna be free DLC. What they add, I'm not sure. Witcher added like cosmetic stuff, some side quests and things like that, and weapons.
What are side stories?
They vary.
A lot of these I just did not care about. Like I said, there's only one character and one full arc that I'm like, that shit hit me. Everything else is like, I guess. There's some people that they talk to you and you just want to shoot them, but they won't let you. Their story would be funnier if you could revolver them.
I already met people like that, but they're the enemy, so I got to shoot them afterwards.
There's so much. I don't know. I was hoping it was going to be Witcher level where it's a big world, but it's also very well populated. And everyone who had an option to talk to them or any story was as good as the main story. And this did not deliver in that way at all, minus one character.
Was it Wonder Woman in a dress?
It is a romance option that I couldn't have.
Oh, okay. So then yeah, go ahead.
Someone were to ask me, hey,
do you recommend it?
7-year wait, was it worth it? Or was it worth it? Do you recommend it? I don't regret getting it because I knew CD Projekt Red, it's sci-fi. I like those two things. I was probably gonna buy it regardless. I don't regret the $60. I enjoyed my time with it for what it was. Did I want a better product? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I still had fun for the 60 hours or so. Do I recommend it if you like first person shooters, if you like RPGs, if you just like those kind of games where they're big and it's like a to-do list of side quests, you'll enjoy it. If you're going and thinking you're going to get Witcher 3 level product, not the case.
Not yet.
Not at this current state, that's not the case.
And there you have it.
So even with the patches and the fixes that they're supposed to come out with January and February, that still has no bearings on the story.
They're not going to patch the story.
Yeah, like that narrative's been set.
Yeah, the story's just something to do.
They're not gonna Mass Effect it and throw an audible on the final choice. There you have it, Cyberpunk 2077.
Definitely gonna be a space DLC. I'm fine with going to space, but I doubt that's gonna be the case. I got bars.
For Cyberpunk?
Someone this statement said it is definitely going to be a space DLC.
No, that game is not. They're not going anywhere in space. That would be a hilariously horrendous move on their part. They need to fill out that world with more things to do. So
Yeah.
that's not happening. They're not leaving that place. But what do I know?
Yeah.
I'm not on their team. Anyway. Okay. Where do we go from here? I'll just keep it in the gaming world here, all right? A while back, I forgot when I put up the videos, I played Miles Morales. I beelined the campaign. This is gonna be my quick review because it is indeed, in fact, Marvel's Spider-Man, but you play as a different character. So it takes place a year after, I think a year? Sometime after the events of the first one. You take control of Miles Morales. he ends up being the protector of New York because Peter has to go somewhere. And then your adventure as the only Spider-Man in New York City begins. I'm not going to spoil the story. Story had some really cool beats. Some cutscenes and some specific cutscenes have fantastic cinematography, great dialogue. Like Brian was saying, there's nothing special about the narrative. The narrative is your cookie cutter, like coming of age, but coming of Spider-Man story. Him being, or him grasping this responsibility that it is to be Spider-Man, learning how it is to balance life and Spider-Man, but in his own way. In terms of gameplay, it's, again, same as the Marvels, same type of activities, but they're remixed into Miles Morales' narrative, if that were the case. There's a new podcast in town because they have to add a new one. So that podcast host gives you missions where you go inside of a building to clear out gangs. Sound familiar? Training courses on top of rooftops. Sound familiar? Which is like stealth takedowns. They like events to do stealth ones, combat, some other stuff. Sound familiar? All of it's the same. So if you liked Marvel Spider-Man with Peter Parker's main, this is more of the same, except it feels like on a smaller scale because they didn't have as much stuff to collect and as much stuff to, like, small events. They did optimize some quality, like they added some quality of life changes, so to keep track of like side missions and or random, like the procedurally generated crimes that happen within New York, you have a phone app that you can just toggle, and you can kind of incite. One of the things in Marvel's Spider-Man was one of the trophies was do X amount of crimes in each city or whatever the case is. But you'd have to wait until it would generate the crime and then you go after it. Well, here you can kind of look at your phone to see any crime that you see anywhere else, but once you selected it, it just generates one for you.
Oh.
So you can start getting, it's a good way to grind tokens and stuff that you would use to unlock costumes or moves or upgrade your gadgets. Combat, the same. They've added, he has his own powers, which is like a bioelectrical move that's used again to kind of save your ass in tight spots, deals heavy damage. Cool moves around it. Same formula as Batman: the square, triangle, circle, the face button, beat him up. What else? Visually looks great, so same as the first. Audio, they did a great job. They did mimic the same type of tech as before, where it's like if he's in the middle of a dialogue and he's swinging, they play the recorded track of him like exhausted or being swinging, or if he stands still, same thing. They kept all that stuff intact. And then yeah, it's a great cinematic action sequences. There's some pretty cool big ones, just like, you know how Uncharted usually has those set pieces where it's like, oh shit, you remember when that happened? Mm-hmm. They kind of have this. They have a few of those in this. And also, and just like the first one, I'd like to applaud them for allowing me to disable QTEs. Thank you. Continue to do that. All developers, please. But gotta give it, you know, props where it's due.
Do you think that this game is gonna get DLC, or do you think they made this as like a filler for the rest of what they want to tell? Do you think they're gonna treat this as a full game, or do you think it's like you know how Last Light or whatever it is for Infamous?
Mm-hmm.
You know how that's like, I guess, a full game, but it just feels like a side thing to do in the same world. Is that what this felt like?
Sort of feels the same way, but then they're gonna just beeline the story. Mm-hmm. This felt to me like, oh, we remastered the first game. It runs on PS5 great. We got our engine to run great. Let's put something on the PS5 for launch day. And here we are. But then again, it's still on both PS4 and PS5 because I initially played it on PS4. And I started doing the side stuff on PS5. So I'm the thing is, I'm sure that once Spider-Man 1 came out, they started to work on making sure their engine runs on the PS5 and being able to tap into the power. Most of it's still, it was probably, they probably just had a dev kit. So once they got it to work and they showed off that demo of Spider-Man like quickly running through the Spider-Man, they had a camera, like a tech demo, and they saw it shot it through the New York City of the game, and the SSD was keeping up and loading everything really quickly. So that was their first tech demo. So I'm sure from there on they just kept adding more and more features to their engine, and then I'm sure they storyboarded something for Miles Morales and they made the game. Again, it's not like it doesn't feel hacked together. It feels like a complete this story is nice. That was made for this arc. Dialogue's on point. Characters you meet are on point. There's some good dramatic moments. Some really cool cinematography in some areas. It's great. Gameplay, just like the first one. So if you love the first one, you're gonna love playing this.
What was I gonna say? This isn't really a fair question, but narrative-wise, which version of Miles do you like? The Spider-Verse one or this one?
Spider-Verse one didn't have much airtime.
Miles?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Spider-Verse. I'm thinking both Peter Parkers, and I'm like, no, he is his Peter Parker. Spoilers for Spider-Verse is dead. Or does he die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does die.
His
Peter dies.
His is gone.
Yeah, so he is the main Spider-Man. Sorry. It's pretty similar in terms of the arc, because the arc is in Spider-Verse is he's gaining his powers, he's learning to become Spider-Man. This is pretty much the same thing.
But whose did you enjoy overall more?
Well, I mean, Spider-Verse is a movie, so I got to just watch it happen, and I guess I got to play. So I mean,
Well, I don't mean I mean like not the gameplay part, like what you're told through cutscene and stuff like that, I guess.
it's very much the same.
Okay.
Like, there might be some differences here and there with like some big plot twists from the movie and besides slash plot twist in this game, but it's almost the same. With obviously the key difference being some of the characters, because some of them don't exist in that movie and some of them don't exist in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But the lessons that character learns is pretty much the same.
The real question I have for you, and this is the one that's journalism quality.
Oh, go for it. Journalism
Did you
quality.
keep the stock costume on, or did you switch it?
I kept the stock costume on.
I don't care about your opinion anymore.
That's fair.
Brandon, what do you think of the game?
He's still playing through it. He's like, I'm gonna take 20 years to play this.
Yeah, I'm milking it.
Huh?
I'm milking it.
Ooh, slowly?
I don't know what she's talking about.
I forgot. Are you playing on the hardest difficulty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Anthony play at all, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because I was gonna see, and you haven't watched him play, Anthony?
No, I have too much
Okay.
gaming to do.
I wanted to see if there's like any differences, like, or what the difference is, if it's like different enemies or if it's just damage multipliers and things like that.
It's damage multipliers. Like, the game doesn't have like new AI for difficulty.
You don't even know.
I do, because I think to get platinum, you have to beat it on the hardest difficulty. And I got platinum on Spider-Man.
Which, the new Miles?
No, the one before it. Or is it just New Game Plus?
You didn't have to beat it. That's New Game Plus. Wait, no. Platinum for Spidey? I don't think you had to beat it again. I think they added like a
New Game Plus
category.
thing, right?
I think.
I have to double
I
check.
could be wrong. Because we did it alternate ways. I platinumed God of War and you platinum Spider-Man.
Yeah. Because I'm the Spider Man. Anywho, so that's my little review on it. It's basically mirroring last year's, or I guess 2 years ago now, as of this recording, Marvel's Spider-Man. Jeez. And I'm reviewing Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you like the first one, you'll love this one. It's more of the same. Graphical upgrade, obviously, because there's more horsepower on your PS5 if you're playing it on PS5. If not, it looks fine on PS4. Looks just as beautiful. And the combat, I mean, you loved it in the first one, it's here. And that's it. I do recommend it. If I'm going to recommend it, absolutely. And even if you haven't played the first one, then you'll love this even more because it'll be your first exposure to the swinging, the real-time crime stuff that comes up. You'll start feeling like Spider-Man, the characters. Oh, wait, I got to go on record and say this. I do not like what they did to Peter Parker. The new face, I don't like it. I do not like it. I'm sorry. Why you changed it? You might have your reasons. He looks one way. Why did you do that? It looks now I don't know why, because I have the voice association with the face. That's not his face. So it's just weird when he's on screen talking and I hear the voice of what I used to see in playing who knows how many hours in the first one. And now he looks like this. No, I'm not cool with it. Are they gonna change it? No. But like,
I don't know why they did it. I don't know if the only person I wanted them to change was Mary Jane's face. But I don't know why they changed. He looks normal to me. He looks like a person.
I don't get it, but I don't know. I don't like it. That's all.
Did they change Miles's face?
Miles looks exactly the same. As in like the same face. It looks better because there's more horsepower, so there's better graphics. But besides that, I think that's my one pet peeve was that when he came on screen, I'm like, oh, I forgot. Because I knew about the change before I started playing the game. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Like when I saw the image and then I saw it in motion, and I'm like, no. No.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever do this, but it'd be cool if you could choose.
That's an easy thing because you already made me download the assets. I have the fucking player model already in the disc or in my hard drive. So maybe let me swap. That's just me.
That's too easy.
Yeah, and a menu item.
I need
menu
you
switch?
and your logic to think about what you just said.
I can't because I have to use logic to do that, and I have none. Fucking got him right there, guys. Clip it, ship it. All right, I'm done. I guess.
Quick question. You may have answered this, but I kind of came in the middle of it. You said that you disabled the
QTEs.
The QTEs.
Yes.
Yeah. How does that affect? I'm assuming it just becomes basically like a cutscene where you just get to watch it. And what is it? Is it done the bad way when QTEs are enabled, where if you miss it, you have to start over?
No, unless it's like a boss battle that's queued up to be a cutscene, if that makes sense. Then yes, but like there's QTEs like all over the world, like when you're doing random crimes, like you land on top of a speeding car and you have to get to the right hand side and then time it with square to like take off the gun that he's trying to shoot at you, and then jump to the other side and then press square, and then sometimes you have to mash a button to hold a car from running over somebody or something. You have to like mash the button. I'm not about that. All right. So now it just turns into a cool little cutscene every time I take down a car, instead of me going. Having my blood vessels pop because these guys just don't want me to watch something cool. That's just my thing. It's not like, oh, you have a second. Like it's normal QTEs. It's like they give you a plenty of amount of time. It's just I don't want it. So if you're gonna make me choose between QTEs and just watching it, well, just watching it. That's just my personal option.
Like, I guess if I had a choice, I'd probably just want to watch it too. I guess it really would depend on how it actually works. Like if they do it properly, where if you fail, obviously there are consequences. I don't know. Maybe it just depends on where I'm at. If it's like an everyday thing where I'm like having to do it, like if I'm having to chase a car 9-10 times or more, like I don't want to do that every fucking time. I want to just do the car thing. Like if it's just busy work, no, I don't want to do this. But if it's like, oh, you're going into a boss fight, and you either end up with more health or less health or whatever, or maybe you get a chance to like rip off something that they can't use against you now. Sure, because at least then, like if I fail and he gets to use whatever it is, then maybe if I die and I do it again, maybe I'll do better next time. I can't stand when it's like, oh, you missed. well, you died. We're gonna start you over. No, fuck that. Heavenly Sword can die in a car fire. Like,
I think that's the way it's done. Again, like when I played the first game for a little bit with the QTEs on, and the first boss you fight is Kingpin, and that was the case in some of the QTEs, and that was like the first boss you fight a couple minutes in, and then after I beat him and I searched through the menus, I'm like, I could have disabled this fucking thing, and then disabled it and never looked back. And now the first thing I did when I loaded up Mouse Mouse, I'm like, they better keep the fucking option. I checked, they had it. I'm like, bet, disabled it, never used it. Game's fantastic.
I kept it on in the first game for like maybe an hour or two, and after how many times you had to catch the car and get on and dodge it, and I was like, nah. But what I didn't do that Anthony did was he had the option where you go to your lab and you do these puzzles.
Oh yes.
When you finish them, you get like rewards. And there's an option to you can just press a button and it does the puzzle for you. Anthony did that. I didn't.
After like the first three, I'm like, I'm done with these fucking little puzzles. I'm here to play Spider-Man, not Laboratory Dr. N Cortex. So skipping this.
Thank you.
I don't think they had I don't remember seeing that option for this because you don't really do a lot of lab stuff with Miles.
Maybe because you beelined it.
Maybe. But from the side, but you know how you have to, as you play through the main story, they give you one of each objective and then they fill up your map that you're gonna do. That never came up, and the rest of my map looks like stuff that was in the first one, and now remixed here. So, I mean, we'll see. There's some like loose end side missions that I want to try out when I finish it with some characters that I'm not gonna spoil. Yeah, I mean, I recommend it. And again, speaking of the QTE stuff, I need every developer from here on out, give me that option. All right? It's clear. It's in 2 games now. They can do it. Just plan ahead. Have the option. Disable QTEs. Save America. Thank you.
I mean, I think it really depends on the game. I think for this game, it definitely works very well because it's more of an action-y, just sit back and kind of watch. If they didn't have QTEs in Detroit, I don't think it would have been nearly as good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a strictly narrative game, where this is like a dynamic open world. And believe me, that car, you hear seeing car a lot because that's one of the fucking crimes that happened. And you have to go chase a fucking car. Of course they have guns, and you disarm them, and then you flip in front of it, and then you smash a button. No. Now it just turns into you disarm them, and then he'll flip up and he'll just hold it, and they'll be fine. You don't have to mash your controller. Your batteries are lasting a lot longer now. Thank you. and then the cutscenes with QTEs look beautiful. No big ass fucking press square when something's fucking awesome happening. No, it just slows down for a bit where it would normally be, and then continues on to like a cutscene. Looks buttery smooth and great. You hear that, Lara? Tomb Raider? Remove it. Thank you. Or give us the option. I'm okay with the option, actually, now. Just give me the option to disable it. I'm writing down notes. That's what it looks like with this stupid pen. Anywho, I think that's it for gaming. Randall, you're up. What do you feel like talking about first? We got The Undoing, Wolfwalkers. You put Wolfwalkers. I didn't fix it on mine either, so I did not notice it. But Wolfwalkers, Honest Thief, and Insert Coin.
Let's talk about the movies we all seen.
Okay, since Brian's not here, we can do The Undoing.
He didn't see that?
No, it's just me, you, and Janina here.
Oh, yeah.
So The Undoing, I think it's an HBO show, if I'm not mistaken, or some cable show. I forgot what it was. I think it's HBO. Anywho, stars Nicole Kidman? No.
Mm-hmm.
It is Nicole Kidman, right? Why did that sound so foreign to me? That was weird. Nicole Kidman and oh yeah, Janina's in the chat. She says, yeah, Nicole Kidman, what's his name? Hugh Grant. Are there any other big names? Those are the main dudes.
In what?
In The Undoing. You haven't seen it. It's Nicole Kidman, Hugh Grant, the main dude. The kid in there is big too. I forgot his name. He's in a bunch of other movies as well.
I'll look
But-
it up for you while you talk.
And President Snow. Yes, and
Oh, yeah.
President Snow's in it, playing her father. Anywho. So, typical family. Hugh Grant married to Nicole Kidman, has a kid. You good, Brian?
The kids from Quiet Place. The son.
That's why. The son, yeah. That should have been out last year, so hopefully that comes out sometime this year, because we got to go see that part 2, baby.
Wait, go? You're gonna try to go to the place to see it?
If the thing that Janiana was talking about where I can rent out the entire thing, that's a movie you go to see in theaters.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if that's the case.
Like, we will rent that shit out and we'll go watch that shit. I think Cillian Murphy's in the second one.
Stop.
What?
Don't get my hopes up if you don't know 100%.
I'm like 99% sure Cillian Murphy's in part 2. Quiet Place part 2. Do. Yes, he is. He plays a character named Emmett.
Fuck.
Yeah, we gotta go watch it. So, anywho, the hell are we talking about? Oh, typical family. Hugh Grant married to Nicole Kidman, has a child, the kid that we were talking about, and then I guess they introduced the characters. Yeah, so the Hugh Grant is a doctor. Well, the Nicole Kidman, I think, is, I don't remember what she did. Psychiatrist. That's what it was. I remember something to do with the brain. Go ahead, Ron.
Do they do accents or are they in their native accent?
Hugh Grant is just playing Hugh Grant
Okay.
at this point. So like he's just being the charming man he is. Nicole Kidman is hiding her. I think she's just speaking American.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a while. Yeah, they are rich. I forgot. They're like super rich. Anyway. Anywho, a body is found in. Didn't live in New York, so it might have been somewhere in Harlem, I think. Of a woman battered to death. Like her face was like blood, like beat. And the husband gets accused of it. Going like, what the hell? That's weird, right? So then now, throughout this her face was mush. Yeah, it was like just sand. That's how badly she was beaten. They show it happen or just the end result? Oh no, there's parts of flashbacks where it's like her face full front camera and then something hitting it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a shock. Like it's like, oh, that's her face, and then I think it went just like this. We were watching it, we saw the face, and I hear Randall saying, "I hope they don't show it." And then she gets hit, and then Randall's like, "God," and I was like, "Dog." Remember that? That's like verbatim what happened.
Dog or dag?
I think he said "dag" in honor of his fallen comrade. Dag, we body him in Valhalla. Just spoilers, I guess.
No, he knows.
Anywho, so yeah, that's basically the premise. Without any more, and at that point, the point of the show is the undoing. So as you get through, like, I think it was 6 episodes, and as you get closer to the end of it, it's basically, is he in? It's like, do we believe him that he did it? Did he not do it? And then more and more evidence and shit goes on as you get to the last episode on whether or not he did it.
Can I say something real quick that has nothing to do with what you're talking about?
Okay.
Kelsey, what are you eating?
Stew?
One more time.
Beef stew?
It just looks like whatever you're eating looks like it tastes really good.
When did you see it?
I
When
can
he
see
was
him
given
eating.
to him.
Oh, I see. Oh,
I mean, it's got an okay flavor. I feel like I could, spice it up a little bit more. It's the first time I've ever made beef stew, so we were in Costco and there was like a bunch of stew meat, and we were like, okay, guess we'll give it a try. So, I mean, it's definitely not bad, but I definitely think it could have a better flavor.
He hates it.
I think Randall wants some beef.
I didn't know what it was. It just looked like it was good.
It's got like potatoes, celery, carrots, onions, and then I threw it over rice.
Brown rice.
No.
Fuck.
I bought a 20-pound bag of white rice. We have to use it.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of rice. Hey. All right. What are we talking about? Oh, and this also.
Did he do it?
Yeah, the undoing is basically that, so I'm not gonna really spoil what happens. Go ahead, Brian.
Is it a whodunit that you care about every episode, or is it just like, just tell me?
I was waiting for someone to lead me into this. The first 2 to 3 episodes is, oh my god, who done it? And then after that's like, I'm done here. Just fucking tell me who did it. Because it gets to a point where the dog could have done it.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, fuck me then. I don't know who the hell. Randall tried to guess most of the thing that happened, and to his credit, he got a lot of it correct off rip. So I'm like, okay, good for him. Like, he even got some lore correct. So I'll give him like stuff about like on the happenings before the killing happened, and I'm like, oh shit, Randall's Batman for real, dude. But once for me, like, I think it was a halfway point. It was a point where I'm like, I'm done here. It gets to the point where like it leads you on into like, oh, you can guess who did it. To a point where I'm like, I don't fucking know anymore. Like, sure, they could have done it. He could have done it. She could have done it. The dog did it. The mop that fell down unconventionally probably could have done it. So then that's where I kind of sort of like stepping back from it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just here to see what the ending is. But the first like 2 or 3 episodes, you were in. It's like, oh fuck, how, what did he? You know.
So would you say that, what was the name of that? Pretty Little Lies? Well, no, the other whodunit, but with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Pretty Little Liars.
No, it's Big Little Lies.
Big Little Big
The one
Lie.
It's Big Little Lies, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me give it a Google.
Close enough. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah,
what to believe.
it's Big Little Lies.
So do you think they did it better? Who done did it?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Big Little Lies a lot. So the first season anyway, and it didn't overstay its welcome. But it's like it did what it needed to. You got the characters. Shit happened. They ended, and then season 2 comes out. Did we even watch season? Did we watch season 2?
I think you guys did. I didn't.
Dan says I don't think she was a whodunit. I guess it wasn't really a whodunit. It was like a what happened.
No, it was, because remember, it ends with X person not alive. And
Yeah.
we're like, who did it? And then they show you everything that leads up to it.
Oh, that's true. We only find out at the end when the actual, I think it was like the school play or something, right?
Yeah, during
The
that
dude
big
that fell down the
scene.
stairs.
Yeah. Like we only found out when it led up to that event.
Yeah.
So that was season 1.
I think so. Season 2 comes back when his mom comes back. He's like, I know my son didn't
Oh
fucking trip.
man, that was good.
Did we watch
watched
it? Dang, I don't remember it.
You
I don't
remember
watch
when the mother was on trial, and they
Okay,
they
yes.
showed the video,
Yeah,
because she was like, my son couldn't possibly be this type of monster,
Yeah.
and Nicole Kidman played the video,
Yeah.
and she couldn't at that point she couldn't deny it.
Did we review that on here?
Yeah.
Probably not.
That's what
I
happens when
think
you're
you did.
124 episodes in. I don't remember what the hell I reviewed on here. Anywho, what were we talking about? The Undoing. Yeah, but I personally liked Big Little Lies over The Undoing. But The Undoing wasn't bad. The Undoing, the first couple episodes was it. They had Janiana's review in here. The Undoing was okay. I was basically just trying to convince myself that Hugh Grant wasn't the killer, but he clearly was. That was also a spoiler there, but thanks, babe.
No, I guess I
Spoilers.
don't have to
Fuck.
watch it, no.
Anywho, but yeah, like for me, it kind of overstayed its welcome real quick because it got to a point where nobody was gonna watch that. Those are also
Yeah,
facts.
but let us decide that.
There's also like thousands of listeners, so that's that. Yeah, it was fine, and then it overstayed its welcome for me, and then we moved on. It ended, and I'm like, alright, cool, you know. Now, which one we go on, Randall? Wolfwalkers?
You guys spelled it wrong on there, I think, unless that's how you actually spell it.
No, Randall spelled it wrong, and then I copied it and put it on mine. Without double checking the spelling. Anywho, an
I
animated.
I've seen like 5 minutes of this, so I can't say anything about the movie.
Yeah, you fell asleep like 7 times. Anywho, Wolfwalkers, a animated film. I think it was on Apple Plus, Apple TV, whatever, Apple Plus TV. Who cares? Apple's digital streaming service with its exclusives. Let's not knock the exclusive because Ted Lasso's on it. So, it's a story about a young girl and her father who moved to a new place in Scotland, I think it is. Why are you and Randall so far apart? That's a good question. You should ask Randall why he's all the way the fuck over there.
Randall doesn't like to be on screen.
I've already told him to get as close as possible so we can get an actual framing and not this garbage. But here we are. Anywho, what was I talking about? Animated film. Sorry. Sean Bean as the father of the girl. The girl sounds like Saoirse Ronan, but it's not her. And they're voiced by other people. Anywho, the father is a hunter who gets hired on to take care of a wolf problem that the village or the city has. And the young girl wants to be a hunter like her dad, but she can't because the dad's overprotective, doesn't want her to get in trouble, etc., etc. Wants her to just stay home, do the duties of a young girl. My accent just came in for some reason. There's heavy accents in it, which is fantastic. What? Then don't the podcast because the framing is yuck. Okay. Oh, I still got rocks. Let's try you a sub. I don't know what else to without. There's wolves that are attacking the city, but they're wolf walkers. So there's people in the forest that can speak to wolves in some way that can command the wolves. Is that a plot? Is that ruining the plot?
I mean, it's in the first 5 minutes. I get that they show that.
Okay, so this is probably further on in the movie, but this so you can get the conflict here. Anywho, there's 2 wolf walkers, the mom and the child. You see the child throughout the most of the beginning until you find out the mom's been sleeping and hasn't woken up. Why she hasn't woken up and stuff you can find out in the movie. They can't leave the area that they're destroying, like the woods, because there's people trying to like expand the city, and they can't because the wolf keeps attacking. Wolves keeps attacking because they're trying to defend the mom. The mom hasn't woken up for X reason. You'll find out later on. Anywho, in order for them to leave the forest and live somewhere else, the mom has to wake up. As you see the predicament, they have to stay in the woods until the mom wakes up for whatever reason. And they can't. And now the hunter, which is the girl's the girl's dad is out hunting wolves. Well, yep, that's okay. Brian's got some technical
issues. It was
issues.
in 60 frames, so it was pissing me off.
It's fine. I record at 30, Brian, so it doesn't need to be.
It pissed me off, Anthony.
Okay. All right, we're back. We good?
Wolfwalkers.
Wolfwalkers, yes. So anyway, the girl wants to be a hunter just like her dad, Sean Bean. If you remember Sean Bean, he's the I'm here to die role. Brian, don't bother.
Did you see me bother?
Yeah, your eyes said I'm gonna do it again, and me saying that stopped you.
That's why your reads are bad.
Yeah, and then that's it. I'm here to talk about this movie because of the visuals. Imagine watching a motion concept art style in motion. I said motion too many times. Yeah, fucking hell, man. Fucking blind.
It looks like one of those stop animation movies.
Sort of, but in 2D / concept art style. It's like they took the storyboards and concept art and made it the film, like made it the art style.
Yeah.
In a very charming way. The music is great. The acting with obviously the accents are fantastic because it's awesome. The European accents are fantastic. Anywho, and Sean Bean. I guess it's a spoiler. I'm not gonna do that either. Anyway,
I have a question for you.
Go for it.
You were about to say no off stream.
Off stream.
So that's
okay.
not a spoiler.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna ask me, and I have the answer for you.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're gonna ask. That's what I was gonna spoil now. So don't worry about it.
I figured. I felt your vibes.
Yeah. Oh, we got the reads today.
Ooh.
Ooh, and Janina with the rocks too. Look, we got rocks. Anyway, So I recommend it a lot. It's a great family film. Visually looks really good. Dialogue's great. Voice acting's great. The music I thought was pretty cool too. It's got its style, like that. I don't know if that's a European style, but like that whimsical style that makes sense for the movie since it has to do with some whimsical magic shit. Not shit, but you know what I mean. I'm just a sailor here. The story's pretty straightforward. There's no like, oh my god, crazy plot twist. You kind of seen this arc before. But the journey visually looks just so great. So, oh snap! And then Kelsey with the 30-month sub live as he's doing the podcast. Why isn't Randall in frame? Is he afraid of loving you? Yes. To both questions. Oh my gosh. What was I gonna say? And that's it. Randall, if you have anything to add, because you watched it as an artist especially, what did you think of the art style? Did you think it was like a cheesy way to get the art through, or did you actually enjoy it? Do you think it was charming with the storyboard and the concept art look?
It was nice.
You enjoyed it?
Mm-hmm.
Did it give you like a new perspective? Like, oh, that's probably something new you haven't seen before, or did you seen something like that before?
Nah, it was nothing new.
Oh, dang. Well, fuck me in the horse's arse.
Nah, it was cool. It's I mean, you did a good job of explaining. That's exactly what it looked like. Concept art in motion.
What if I were to offer you a spot in the Peaky Blinders? Will you accept?
Who?
You.
No.
Oof. Can I ask why? May I ask why?
The time period.
Okay. So if it was
What?
he doesn't want to go back to that time. He doesn't want to go to the 1920s.
Well, he's not taking you back. We're already there in that time period.
No, but I'm saying like now, like modern day, like we have the tech we have. Would you be part of a Peaky Blinder? Would you be a Peaky Blinder?
No,
Oh, may I ask why?
because I don't want to be a gangster.
Oof. That hurt.
Too late, son. You don't choose to be a gangster. The gangster life chooses you.
See, Kelsey gets it. So I don't have to ask him. I know his answer is absolutely yes.
When he said that sentence, even if he didn't have a camera and I'm a first-time listener, I could tell he's white.
Yeah. Oh shit! All right, but that's my review on the Wolfwalkers. I recommend it. It was a cute film. I loved it.
But did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it and loved it.
Would you say you fucked with it heavy?
I fucks with it heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy.
Okay. I think mentally I checked out once she tried to shoot that bow. And we know what happened. The second that happened, I think my body's like, she doesn't deserve you.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna keep moving. And when we're running through this, what we got? I think it's just you, Randall. Oh no, I can save you some time before you have to speak because I know you hate speaking. So let me save you some more time.
Well, if Randall's all that's left, we'll probably be done in 11 minutes.
Yeah, I got one more movie that we saw yesterday. So
You can't add to it. It's already past 8, Anthony.
it's on the list. Any other questions?
Already.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. The heck, I'm on time, boy. Hell yeah. Anywho, yesterday me and Janana watched a movie called The Little Hours, which is a romantic comedy. I guess it's a comedy romantic movie with Brian. What's his name? John C. Reilly is his name. The one that always
John C. Reilly. I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah, John C. Reilly, Aubrey Plaza, Dave Franco, Allison Brie, Molly Shannon,
Kay McCucci.
Yeah, Mikuchi, the janitor's. I think she ends up being
Janitor is
Ted's girlfriend.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ted.
Oh, Fred Armisen's in here.
That fucking guy, dude. You know those people where they just go on stage with some fucking ridiculous outfit and they just come out smiling and you can't help but laugh at their stupidity?
Mm-hmm.
This fucking guy entered the scene and I immediately laughed.
Have you seen any of his stand-up?
I have not. Is it really
There's a
good?
bit. I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen a full thing. There's a bit where he just has a map and he goes through every city and does an accent and explains how the accents change depending on what direction you go. And it's just him talking regularly and then doing accents, and it's fucking hilarious to me.
I gotta watch it because Fred Armisen he kills it. Anywho, this story is about a group of sister nuns, which is Aubrey Plaza, Mikuchi, and Alison Brie, who are in this like covent. Is that what it's called? Well, it's like a covenant run by the father's John C. Reilly, and the girl is it's funny weird, and it's and Molly Shannon as well are running it. I think this is based on a book that has proper like English, like they would speak in a certain way, but they threw that out the window and they just speak like modern. Like Aubrey Plaza is just fucking cursing out people. Oh my god! And from Parks and Rec, the one we all love, he hates the internet.
Ron,
yes. What's the actor name?
Something Offstetter. Nick Offerman.
Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman's in this playing like a lord or something. Fucking hilarious. So it starts off with Dave Franco's character getting to Alison Brie's character, obviously, because it's a romantic comedy. Dave Franco's character sleeps with Nick Offerman's wife. But he catches him as he's running away, so he doesn't know who did it. So when he goes down to where all the help sleep, all at once, all the boys, he goes up and he goes and touches every man's chest to see whose heart's racing. So he knows it was just him that was running. So he finds it was Dave Franco's, cuts his hair, and goes, "Now I know who you are. We'll settle this in the morning." Well, overnight, Dave Franco cuts everyone else's hair. So now they all have missing pieces. So Nick Offerman walks in, and he's like, checking everyone's hand, and he's like, and he walks back to the door, like, "Which one of you sluts he slept with my wife or something?" And I couldn't stop laughing. They say like modern day things, but it's like it takes place in who knows when.
Yeah, it's apparently off of a novel.
Yeah, and it was really funny. It has that weird like, I don't want to say cringe. It's like where they hold
campy
on
humor.
Yeah, like campy humor, and they nail it with everyone there. It's really funny.
From the cast alone, it feels like I'd probably enjoy it.
Yes, these people are all comedians in their own right, either but from SNL or Mad TV or fucking other sitcoms. They deliver on the comedy. So I mean, I recommend that. And that's it.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil the rest of it because the rest is just antics they get into, and then there's some sort of like romance thing in the middle. But what takes precedent is just absurdity. And then when Fred Armisen gets there, fucking hell.
You know those people that like they don't have to say anything, but as soon as you see them, you're already like smiling.
That's him in this.
Yeah, he's like that in anything. Him and Will Ferrell to me are the one, like some of the people that are up there. I did look at them, and I know something stupid's gonna come out.
When he came out in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I immediately laughed. All he did was open the door because they were going door to door. I laughed immediately. Oh, as soon as seeing Fred Armisen. Anyway, again, it's a comedy one. Definitely, if you've been watching a lot of dramas or something, it's a good. What is it?
Rom-com?
Palate cleanser, I guess.
Oh.
If you've been watching like serious shit, which I have been, Peaky Blinders. So seeing this was like a whole shit comedies. That's right. So I recommend it. I mean, it's an old movie back in 2017, but definitely, shit was funny. Had me laughing. Which one of you sluts? Like when you hear him say that line alone is worth it.
And what is the name of this?
The Little Hours. It's campy humor, but some of the lines in there are just too funny.
We'll see. I might watch it soon. We'll see.
They have a ton of big names in this.
Yeah, I ran through the list, dude. Like it's comedy like all
like
stars.
I heard you say them, but it's one of those that you're like, oh, it's got this and that and this, and you're like, okay, and then you like look at the list and you go, there's a lot.
Just a heavy
Wait,
hitters.
what's this movie about?
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were actually asking me, Brian. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? That's all I have to add for that. And that completes my list, Randall. You, on the other hand, have 2 knockout reviews. You want to insert a coin, or you want to steal something from me, honestly?
The insert coin is just a documentary about Midway.
Oh, like the game developers? Mortal Kombat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
And all the games that they made.
Even the arcade games and stuff?
Yeah, everything. From when they used to be called Williams until when they changed to Midway.
Oh, nice. Is it? Well, tell me about it.
It's just stuff that you guys have probably already know, like how they got started, all the controversy that they faced when they developed Mortal Kombat. Actually, Mortal Kombat was supposed to be like a filler game, in between their lineup, and when they were developing it, and the managers saw what they had, they was like, "Oh, you guys got something special here." So instead of it being just like a filler game, they just like
They marketed it for like a actual big release.
Yeah, they replanned it to be like a full game. So it went from like something done in a couple of months to like a full production on a full game. Then they talked about how they did NBA Jam.
Oh, that's right. That was
Arch
Midway.
Rivals, some of the other older games.
Rampage.
Oh yeah, Rampage was
Yeah.
Midway too.
Rampage was awesome.
And it was cool because you got to see how they develop games. Because now, you know, with all the tech that we have and blue screens, and green screens, and all that stuff like that,
You can drag and drop anything, and
back then they didn't have all of that stuff. So it was crazy to see how they
made the sprites for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff was it was cool.
They had to record live action ones and then cut the frames and then make a sprite out of all of those frames.
Mm-hmm. And it talked about how, like, when they tried to do NBA Jam, or when they were beginning to make NBA Jam, and they initially pitched it to the NBA wasn't having it because apparently there was some sort of bad vibe around arcades, particularly in Manhattan.
Okay.
So they took pictures and a video of another arcade where it was like families there with their kids, and it looked a lot more wholesome. Because when they showed the one in New York, it looked like
run down, and
it wasn't run down, but it just didn't look very family
friendly. Yeah.
So they didn't want to associate they didn't want somebody to walk past that type of
Establishment.
Not establishment, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Like that type of not environment, but I can't think of the word that I want to use, but like the type of aura that place gives off.
Mm-hmm.
The type of aura that place gives off, they didn't want somebody to walk past and see NBA on it, like in there or anything. For that matter.
Yeah.
But when they appealed to their nature with the other place, it looked more wholesome. It looked pretty much like a Chuck E. Cheese. It was real nice and bright, and it was families with their kids.
No, come in, Timmy.
Yeah.
Play in the ball pit.
So then they went back to the NBA and showed them that, and then they like renegotiated and then started to like started development for the game. And then there was another issue because then now they were putting like hidden characters in NBA Jam, which was the Mortal Kombat characters. And it started out as an interview with a magazine, and the magazine was getting ready to post it. Somehow NBA got wind of it before. I think either they got wind of it when the magazine article came out, or just before it did. I think it was just before
They'll
they
probably
did.
get it just before because they probably have ties. Like the whatever's publishing that magazine.
Yeah.
The journalist who was writing probably called them and be like, "Yo, this is gonna go live soon with obviously your brand on."
Well, they weren't having it because Mortal Kombat is gory and promotes violence.
Yep.
So he had to go back and contact the.
Say again.
Mortal Kombat's gory? What?
It's just ketchup.
They had to go back and cancel. He was like, "Don't write that article because apparently we're not going to have the Mortal Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah, they have to remove
So
it.
they had to go back and change all the ROMs, and take out the
Yep.
you know.
They had to flash all the ROMs, so they didn't have the characters in it.
And then they went to. I didn't know it went this far, but it's like you know, in the Capitol where they like when everyone's there and they're like making decisions on laws and principles on what's going to be done in the state or whatever.
Yeah, the Senate.
It went that far with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I didn't know it went that far.
it went that far when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, because at that point it was a third person, and that looked as real as possible. And you gunning down people. It happened again when Vice City came out.
Bully.
When Bully came out, Rockstar has been under the gun, like similar to the Midway for those specific things.
Mortal Kombat is the reason there's an R rating for games.
Yes.
So they actually showed
R? You mean adults only?
mature.
Not.
Oh,
It's not
rated
adult.
it.
It's no fucking. M. Sorry.
M, yeah, because
Mature.
R's movies. That's why I'm like, it's not R. It's M for mature. You're right.
Yeah, M. You're right. You're right.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, they show actual footage of them going like the state talking about
The violence in it and
the
stuff like
violence
that.
in
Yeah.
it, and I don't know. Just it didn't really seem. They didn't show much, so it wasn't much I could really like get from it. They didn't show a lot of what they said, but they showed a little bit. But they kept making it, obviously, as we know.
Randall, what I want to do now is grab maybe 20, 30 minutes of Doom Eternal gameplay and then show those people that back in the day. They will shit their brains out.
Yeah, they was talking about how like moms was writing the governor, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, because it was a huge thing back then. Like, you got to keep in mind, what was going through the TV was highly curated things. You had a couple channels. It was always some sort of sitcom. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It'd be like Cosby's or something, or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like those, there was only a couple channels to show. So like and then you get something in your house that bypassed all that, and it was just straight violence.
Here's the thing
That's a shock to the system.
Here's the thing that was like kind of slightly irritating to me when I saw that, or when they were talking about it, was because here's two things. It's one, you're a parent, so you need to be a parent, which means you need to monitor what comes into your home.
Yeah.
So you can't go to the store, drop $50 down on a game, bring it into your home, and then be mad at the people who made the game. Like, you went and bought that game for your child.
But that's not also the case back in the day. You got to keep in mind, back in those days, there was a cul-de-sac. Like, they had neighbors. You go and play at a friend's house, and they had Mortal Kombat. And that's not the fault at your mom. You said, oh, I'm going to go play... I'm going to go to Steve's house and go play some Super Nintendo Mario whatever. Unless you're expecting her to, like, keep up on video games and what's coming out, then that's a different conversation. But if at the time she doesn't know it's out, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go play at Jimmy's house, all right, don't come back too late or whatever, and then he has Mortal Kombat, he's gonna get exposed.
Even then,
Whether or
like,
not
It's also,
you...
I mean, that's why the ESRB was created. Mortal Kombat is literally the reason that the ESRB was created.
Mm-hmm.
porn existed back then. So again, this is, it should never go back to the dev. If anything, it's the person you're buying it from. Maybe you can yell at them, but again, you gave them money. It's just about being smart consumers. And I guess, like you said, the cul-de-sac. Oh, you get to play it there. Well, when it's like that and it's out of your hands, you just got to make sure the kid doesn't think it's okay to do this.
Well, I mean, I think that would be the. I don't know. I think that would be a discussion that, you know, if with the parent of the kid that you know, he went over to his house and did this stuff. Like if they came back and was like, yeah, I got to play Mortal Kombat, you know, and then you were like, what's that? You look it up and go, oh my God, I don't want my kid doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Call the parent and go, hey, when Jimmy comes over, do not let them play this game together because I do not want them exposed. I mean, yell at the devs.
Exactly.
The devs don't have anything to do with the content of the game. Like, there is zero liability on the devs of the content of the game. To an extent. I mean, there was that San Andreas thing where they had.
But that was a mod that was unlocked because someone modded it. So, and there's
no. There was that. Maybe it wasn't San Andreas, but there was one that they had like some dev or something had put all that porn or whatever in the game.
That. Okay, so there was like one copy that had just porn on it. that we're talking
Yes.
about, and it got to
Yeah.
a kid's house, and he put it in his PS2, I think it was, and it just played porn.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Madden game. It was like a 360 game where it was some kind of sports game, and instead of that, it was literally just actual full blown porn. It might have happened with GTA 2, but I remember a story that it was like a Madden game.
People are savages.
You know, but yeah, like it's the same thing with like the devs and the death threats that they're getting. Like when Cyberpunk was like, we're gonna have to push it back again, or there's bugs or whatever. It's like it's not the devs' fault. Like first of all, it's if anything, it's either the publishing company that's forcing them to do stuff, or it's the bad time management by the managers, which is causing a lot of this because they're going back and forth on features, or something isn't working right. They're not deciding to axe it or whatever. Like,
or they do axe it way too late into the development, and now shit's broken because the thing that's supposed to be there is not there anymore.
Yeah, like the dev just does what they're literally code monkeys. Like they just do what they're told most of the time, and like they can have like, don't get me wrong, they can be like, no, we shouldn't do that because of this, that, and the other thing, or yeah, we can do that, but it's going to cause all these other problems, and then it's up to the product manager and the design team to be like, well, what do we want to do? If it's going to push back the time or it's going to increase the budget or whatever. Like the devs are literally just there to do what they're told.
These are facts. These are hot pressed, fresh off the fucking counter facts.
Like when I saw the what was it? When I saw that the devs from Cyberpunk were getting death threats and things, it's like it's not their fault. They literally have almost no control over this. They're doing what they're told, and if shit doesn't work, yeah, I mean it sucks. Like that could technically be on the dev because they didn't or the QA team or something because they didn't test it right, or they didn't program it to account for this, that, or the other thing. But at the same time, again, it goes back to the design team and it goes back to the publishing company and whoever's in charge of deciding when this thing is going out. Like,
yep, you're always against the clock. When you're in game dev and a publisher like that, you're going to be up against the clock. Shit will be lost because of it. We don't have Valve money with bajillions of dollars. They can just go underneath, not talk about anything, and then release a Half-Life VR game. Not everyone can do that.
I mean,
go ahead, sorry.
Randall worked at EA. I worked at EA. He knows what it's like. Like, there's deadlines, The company is like, this needs to be done by then. And if you don't have the resources or you don't have the people, that are able to work and get things done, it's still not really the dev's fault to some extent. Like, we went from working 40 hours a week to mandatory 72 or more. Like, there's only so much that a dev can do.
We human for now. Gotta keep that for
you
now.
You get them cybernetic eyes.
Oof, Randall, I'm gonna be seeing you naked.
In Cyberpunk, I made it so I had a rocket in my left arm. Didn't matter though, because I had the fucking revolver.
Anywho. So sounds like a really good documentary then, Randall.
Yeah, it was interesting. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know.
I think there's another one about gaming too, but I forgot what it was called. But it's about indie game and development. You might want to check out too if you enjoyed this one. I think it's Player One.
There's one for the people who made Killer Instinct that I haven't watched yet.
Rare?
Isn't that Rare? Yeah.
I just remember Killer Instinct people. I don't remember who it is.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Randall. If you're gonna steal something from me, I hope you're honest about it. Tell me about Honest Thief.
Oh, the Liam Neeson movie.
I didn't click to see any further details. I just saw the name and I'm like, I didn't see this movie.
It's a Liam Neeson movie.
And does he pick up a phone and tell someone to?
He does pick up a phone and talk to someone. Yes.
Okay.
Does he do
somebody in
any
his family
racist
get kidnapped
activities?
again?
No, but they harm his girlfriend.
They harm her? Like,
Yeah.
You see it? Like, is it like bad?
Yeah, you see it. Like, she almost died.
Like gunshots or like battering her? Like
he slammed her head up against a counter.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Cool. It's
Sounds
visceral. Hey man, whatever gets you going, bro. I guess. Yeah, we gotta call the cops immediately. His name is Bryant Kelsey. Lives in Yeehaw, South Carolina. So tell us about it. I mean, was it like an action flick or is it like a?
Yeah, it's an action flick. So Liam Neeson is a notorious bank robber. He is known for robbing banks and leaving without a trace.
So so what you're saying is he takes the money. The money is taken by the time he's done with it.
Yep.
Got it.
And
where's it taken to?
It's taken to a what are those places called? Storage unit.
Is it taken to one place or is it taken 3?
Only one place.
Oh, that's where money's taken to.
He kind of did a Breaking Bad type thing.
Oof. You can't just throw things like that out there.
You know how
what did he do that's
like how the money just got too ridiculous, so they had to put it in the storage unit.
Yeah,
it was like that.
Oh, I think meant like
something cool.
That was cool though. And then like Bill Burr and the big guy were laying on it.
Huel.
Huel, what's his name?
Something like that.
All right. I thought he threw a pizza.
I fucking wish, dude.
That was an excellent scene.
One take.
Did he knock?
No, someone knocked on his door.
Damn. That would have been it. That would have been it.
But I thought he was the one who knocks.
Yeah, so he's not like Breaking Bad. He's not like Walt.
Not the one who knocked.
Not the one who knocks.
Putting that right next to racist.
He did tell a cop on the phone. He was like, "Now I'm coming after you." A cop. He told a cop that.
And the cop laughed?
No, the cops was concerned. I guess in the way he said it, it was very convincing.
Oh, I mean, that's what actors do, you know?
And plus, he found out that he had military background, so he ain't no regular Joe Schmo.
Oh, snap. It was, okay, so that whoa, I'm getting too excited. That Liam Neeson character or John Wick? If they fought each other?
Come on, man.
Okay, I just want to gauge how was the action. That's all I wanted to know. And by that answer, it wasn't even close to John Wick's.
Isn't Liam Neeson racist?
What?
Didn't he go on a long story? Something like that.
Bro, you can't just throw accusations.
Well, if you let me finish, then I will explain it. Shut the fuck up, dude.
No, he's laughing. Fix it.
So he went on some interview thing or some kind of press release where he was like, something happened to someone close to his family, and it was done by like a black person. And he said he went out driving one night looking for specifically a black person to harm. Something along those lines.
All right. Well, send me that link and then I can verify. That sounds like you just made it up on the spot.
No, it's actually true.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, actor Liam Neeson is facing a major racism storm after admitting he once set out to kill an innocent black man.
What the heck?
And you're over here watching his movie?
I'm done. We can call this the quits.
Do you want to make a scene where you pick up the phone and call Liam Neeson like Taken? And then you tell him the same thing?
I'm not going to even open up those can of worms.
Okay.
You can do a better one and be like, you call him and then be like, sick him. And then the scene where a bunch of wolves come out and then he gets mauled. And then that's what you think could happen.
I think it would be better if I called them in relation to what you're saying. Keep the wolves, but instead of saying sick them, I just say you're in a den and then hang up.
You looking at me like I should know the reference? I'm sorry, I don't know the reference.
No, I'm
oh, that was just it.
That's
okay.
from that's it. But that's from the movie that he's talking about.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
The whole movie, they're trying to get away from the den, but they're actually going to the den.
Ooh.
Yeah, he swings at a bunch of wolves.
But he don't survive, right? Oh, you didn't watch it?
Cliffhanger ending.
Okay, so what do you wish happened? He didn't make it?
I'm always on the team dog or wolf, so.
So he didn't make it. That's what you're telling me. And now Randall's answer, I know it's not. He didn't make it.
It was a cliffhanger.
What did you think of Honesty?
What? What?
What do you think of Honest Thief as a movie? Before knowing this information about Mr. Neeson.
I don't know. Like, my brain is clouded by judgment.
Oh, now it's just okay. So you don't recommend?
It's I don't know. Like, seriously, it's kind of messing up my head now.
Okay.
I didn't know he was that type of person. Honestly, and he played Qui-Gon Jinn, man.
Well, he did.
He's coming back to play him.
When did this happen, Brian?
Like last year or the year before.
Wow.
Then he might not be
Yeah.
playing. If that's the case, because if this is recent.
I haven't heard no cancellation of it. He's still supposed to be playing Qui-Gon Jinn in the Obi-Wan Kenobi
Spin-off show.
spin-off show.
Apparently he did that because someone he knew was... Yeah, we knew the cause, but you still don't go out. Well, one, you don't in public television go, yeah, I was looking to go and harm a black guy.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was kind of just a fit of rage, but I mean, he did it for a week. I don't. He like just he says I went up and down areas with a kosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me with something, so that I could kill him.
A week. Bam.
Why would you?
They're sleeping between that. So that means you went to sleep still angry and woke up still angry.
Why would you publicly?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would that be a? Hey, I don't know. I don't make that much money.
Mean,
I didn't train Bruce Wayne.
Being behind closed curtains doesn't make it any better. But still, why would you openly just tell someone that
On national television? I
Yeah,
guess so.
Maybe sharing it was like a weight off his shoulders, but therapists exist.
Yeah. You can talk to someone for that.
I don't know. You saying that somehow it went into my vault of things and most people don't remember, and that came out. So if I ruined your experience, I'm sorry.
He can't even talk about it anymore.
It's bothering me because he played Qui-Gon Jinn.
Star Wars. And he's apparently gonna continue to play him.
If you want, I can audition.
That's terrible, man.
I mean, so don't get me wrong. I'm not excusing what he's doing. But the thing is that a lot of people are like, there's the thought process of you're young, you're stupid, you're reckless. I mean, that's a pretty traumatic event. Like knowing somebody that got raped, that hits home hard with a lot of people. You don't know what you're going to do. You just turn into a fit of rage. You go out, you do something stupid. That was years ago. Like, look at Kevin Hart. He used to do, what was it?
Homosexual jokes and calling.
Yeah, like all of that stuff. And then he was like, look, I didn't know anything about it. And then I started like getting into it and like listening, and I changed, and I don't have those thoughts anymore. I don't make those jokes anymore. Like, you have to think to some extent people can change. The hope is that people can change. I don't think that you should, necessarily hold something against people that did stupid things years and years ago. Like there was this article recently where this kid, a black teenager, held on to a clip, a 3-second clip of a white girl at like 14, 15 saying the N-word while she was singing a song. And then when she got accepted into a university, he released the video publicly and basically had destroyed her entire life from something 4 years ago while she was singing a song. Like,
See, the thing is like, I understand what you're saying, and ultimately I do agree with what you're saying. The problem that I have is when you harbor it a whole week. That means that you went to sleep, woke up, went looking for somebody, went to sleep, woke up, went looking for something. And you did this for 7 days or however days, 5, 6, it doesn't matter. It was just said it was a week. Now I can understand impulsive. I can completely understand it. You find out somebody that's close to you got raped by whatever nationality, it doesn't matter. I would probably be mad as fire too. And who knows how I would react. I can understand the impulsive reaction. But a whole week of harboring that, at some point I would think that I'm not saying that you couldn't be angry for a whole week. I'm not saying that because that's a very human reaction. I'm just saying that at a certain point, I would think logic will come in and be like, well, I can't just off some random black guy. Now I could understand if he was like, I need to find the black guy that did this and body him. That's different.
Yeah.
I'm all for that 100%. But not some random just because the color of his skin is the same. Like that's the part that bothers me.
I don't know. I mean, we only have limited information. Like I said, I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not saying that, people should just forgive him. But anger issues are a real problem. Like people react differently, and people who have anger issues hold on to things and they just go off, and I don't know. I don't know how I would react to that situation. I can't say that I wouldn't just be super pissed and upset and, whatever for a whole week, but I don't know. I don't think the way he handled this was very good, but
Not at all. I mean, like Brian said, there's therapists, bro. Like, why are you talking about this in public?
And you said, Bryant, that this happened last year?
He said 2 years
It
ago.
happened like within 2 or 3 years.
I thought this was a while ago.
Well, him talking about it. I don't know when the event happened where that week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when that happened.
So he talked about it. There's a post on February 5th in 2019. Apparently, it was in an interview on the 3rd or 4th.
Oh, so about 2 years ago now. Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it says the only thing it says is he talks about the rape of someone close to him many years ago.
I don't know.
Hang on.
40 years ago, according to Janiana. I think she's doing some background checking.
Yeah, but he said that experience taught him that violence and revenge don't work. I mean, at least he learned something from it, but I don't know. That's kind of it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to process a lot of that.
That's why just randomly during that review, it clicked in my head. I don't know.
So, do you recommend Honest Thief? I think that's a no.
I mean, it's another Liam Neeson movie. I can't.
It's the same kind of action.
If I put what's in my head right now aside, he is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
So
he trained Bruce Wayne.
He did?
Yeah.
In The Dark Knight. He was.
Yeah, I know he's.
Okay, you said you did. You said you asked me, so he's trying to help.
I was just going along with the dry joke.
It's not dry. It's whack. It's actually whack. No, wadge. I'll come back to me. Yeah.
What I'm trying to decide is whether or not if these are better than the Taken movies.
You actually considering that? The first Taken movie was nice.
I've only seen the first one. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to think about it. So if you have to think about it, if it's just as good as Taken 1, then that means you recommend this then.
I have a particular set of skills.
The weirdest thing was, he said if he's trying to decide, then you said Taken 1.
Yeah.
Then I said I've only seen Taken 1, and I try to remember if I've seen the other ones, and just Rush Hour clips were playing in my head. Nothing to do with him at all.
Nope. Rush Hour 1, 2, or 3.
All of them. I heard G14 Classified, that's good, and then I saw them in France.
You gotta work on that.
Was France? France was 3. France was 3. So I skipped 2 apparently.
Wait, you
I think
didn't
I've
see
only
Rush
seen
Hour
the first
2?
one.
No, in the flashbacks, I've seen all of them multiple times. But in my did I see Taken 2 but played Rush Hour instead? I didn't see a Tekken 2. What's going on? I didn't see a Rush Hour 2 clip.
I think I would have to lean more towards Taken because his character is more thorough.
Okay.
This dude was good, but his specialty was defusing bombs. So he was more. I mean, he could fight, but
You can throw down?
I don't know.
I don't remember the name of that.
Taken was better.
That Mel Gibson movie, speaking of other people who might be racist, but the Mel Gibson movie we saw with the daughter and he was a tattoo guy, it was really good.
I know. I remember the movie, but I just don't remember the name of it.
Mel Gibson was racist against Jews, wasn't it?
Bloodfather. And I think so, yes. But I don't know for sure. I usually don't follow that. I don't know the ins and outs of who people don't like.
I don't know.
So do you recommend Honest Thief?
If you like Liam Neeson movies, sure, why not?
Okay. But if you don't bother?
But then, yeah, I mean, there are other movies that are similar that are probably better, like Ocean's 11.
You're comparing this movie to some crazy shit, dude. Like,
I just told you he robs banks.
Yeah, but you said he
without
does.
getting caught.
You said he does.
Okay, and what is Ocean 11 about? It's about robbing a casino and not getting caught.
They do.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant how many people. It's the act.
Randall, I need you to watch Ocean's 11 again, and that charming banter between every single character.
We're not talking about character development. We're talking about the theme of the movie. The theme of the movie is these guys are robbing a casino.
That's not what the Ocean's 11 theme is. It's camaraderie. It's honor amongst thieves. Multiple thieves, not one guy.
They're doing it for a purpose. They're not just doing it
to get rich.
He was doing it for a purpose too, and it wasn't to get rich.
Was it to show Trish that the sexy Cuban man is not the right man for her?
No, actually, his reason was a lot more sentimental. It had to do with his father and the death of his mom. So
do you see how it doesn't make sense you're comparing to Ocean's 11?
No, they're both the same thing. It has to do with robbery. The story may not be exactly the same beat for beat, but they're both robbing a place.
Okay.
What's your address, Anthony? On Cops?
Yeah, it's a blank 145 blank 12th Street.
What am I doing? It'd be this.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. And that's it, peeps. That's all we consumed. I mean, I have some stuff in my back pocket, but I'll say that for another episode.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
I gotta start doing stuff again.
How about watch The Mandalorian so we can all talk about Mandalorian season 2? That'd be great, right?
How many
I
episodes?
still watched the first season.
Oh, fucking hell.
How many episodes is season 1?
8.
And they're an hour each?
Yep. No, they range between 40 minutes to an hour. Mostly 40 minutes.
One day? I can't because I work throughout the whole week.
Sounds like you have Saturday and Sunday.
You're right. I can do it one day.
I mean, technically.
They're 40 minutes in season 2, yeah, and they're 8 and only 8 episodes.
I don't know why she's yelling at me. I'm just trying to be her friend.
Because she's tired of yours and Randall's bullshit. That's why.
Who?
Daniela.
So when it's spoiling, she's the one spoiling the undoing. I was just on the edge of my seat.
You're not sitting in frame.
Because this thing is sitting right here. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I like to be under the table, just like you are.
Excuse alert, excuse alert, excuse alert.
If you say so.
Yeah. All right. Robert Downey Jr. wears heels. You think that's comfortable? No, but he did it for the sake of the movie. Okay?
That's really the option he chose, not fighting a bear in the cold?
That wasn't a real bear, Brian.
Oh, so now you're just calling people liars.
Okay. I know, look at me like I'm crazy. Go look it up. Robert Downey Jr. had to wear heels.
I know he wears heels, and I've never read that they were uncomfortable for him. But
Heels are always uncomfortable.
How do you know?
Because I've asked the women. They're always uncomfortable.
I've worn
There
heels.
are some women they're not uncomfortable to.
They're lying to your face.
Because you know what every woman feels.
Absolutely.
So, Brian, what were you talking about when you said the bear?
The Revenant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the Leo movie where he risked a bear destroying him to get a freaking Oscar.
I think this movie is more represented by Finding Nemo.
At this point, give me a random movie because he was hitting some comparisons. I'm like, what?
Because I'm kind of lost. I'm gonna be honest.
This movie's kind of like Coco. Like I've just heard a little bit about it, and first thing that comes to mind is Coco.
Daniel said 100% heels bother everyone. They just pretend they don't. Heels bother everyone.
Whatever.
Okay. All right.
I used to walk around 16 hours in heels.
So let's just assume you slept for 8 hours. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go back to bed, heels.
I only sleep for about 4 hours, so.
Do you shower with them on?
No.
Okay. I want to see how immaculate your balance is.
I wore heels to walk to Randall's house.
No, you didn't.
Do you want to
Oh,
bet?
wait a minute.
I think Cobra. Wait, hold on. Cobra has the best idea. Okay, long-time viewer, long-time supporter. I think Randall should wear some heels and show us, and then tell us if they're uncomfortable.
I never said that they weren't. I just said that I know women that say that they aren't.
Well,
I'm 17.
That's okay.
I said some.
Yeah, not a fucking platoon.
Yeah.
The say? What?
I don't know. I think she's too excited.
Stroking out.
She, I was gonna ask because she's stroking out.
She fucking popped a pert.
She's excited. They're trying to convince themselves. Oh, yeah, the people who wear it, they're just convinced it's not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Jax from Grinder, for the follow.
Are you serious?
I have in my activity feed here. This is Jax from Grinder.
I just looked at everything possible. I was so fucking confused. You won, dude. I'll shake your hand if you want.
Oh my fucking god, that's a good name.
Oh, so you didn't actually meet him on Grindr.
No. Oh my lord. He made my day there. Well, I don't know about made my day, but that was funny. Holy heck. All right.
Add it to the clip reel of the year.
Yeah. Let me clip that. I think that's it, people. Do you guys have anything else to add before we put some notable releases and wrap this thing up?
Fucking Andromeda.
Okay, that's normal. Oh, Cobra, it's too early. I still gotta do other stuff. But if you're leaving, you're leaving. I'll see you later.
I honestly thought you said a fucking Andromeda, and I'm like, hold on. I'm trying over here trying to do math in my head and
he's got
connect some
boards
dots. So I'm going, what did we talk about tonight that has this that's relevant to this?
Yeah,
And then it clicked after when you said, well, that's whatever you said.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's on a bean right now, dude.
Yeah, dude, for real. Notable releases for this week. For games, we got Path of Exile: Echoes of Atlas. Is that huge expansion you've been waiting for?
No.
Fucking hell.
It is an expansion. PoE 2 has been delayed until I think 2022.
Oh, okay.
But it is a nice new thing. There's a new league. I think it's called Ritual League. But they're also changing the way that the Atlas works. They're making some huge balance changes to all the classes, the ascendancies. They're adding a passive tree to the Atlas. Some of the previous leagues like Heist and Harvest have both gone mainstream with some tweaks that are really good. Something similar they did with the Bestiary League where you don't have to like run around and collect things anymore to an extent. Like you just kind of show up and go, oh, and then you do stuff.
Oh, okay. So
You're not having to like collect the seeds, set up your whole fucking garden and that bullshit. You find a portal, you go to the garden, there's a bunch of already what do you call it? It's built up and you can just do it, and then you can use the crafting mechanisms from it, and you can save a couple of them, like I think up to 10, which is way better than having to like find the seeds, grow the seeds, and then all the other shit. So
dope. That's right. Adding mechanical changes to this.
yeah,
that's good. Well, are you gonna play it this week, or are you gonna hold off?
I'm not sure. I think it comes out on Friday.
Okay, so it's not a Tuesday release.
No, I think it comes out on Friday, and I might try and give it a try. I am trying to do Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But I'm actually excited about the PoE League this time because I took a break. Like I played Heist, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this. But because it was kind of like Heist was cool because it gave you like some extra content, but I don't really care about having to like going somewhere else to do extra content. I want to just go through the game and do the end game content.
Like naturally, like when it comes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to be part of, the progression. I don't want to have to like stop what I'm doing to go do something else and then still have to go do all the other stuff in order to get, like whatever it is, whatever pieces you need to do the extra content.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I guess if you play, let us know next week. If not, when you get to it. Now, what some of us have been waiting for and didn't know we needed. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Complete Edition. Comes out this week. On PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Heels. Cobra's right. What we all wanted but didn't know. Heels. Mine's gonna be the red pumps. What you think, Randall? Ooh.
I love women in heels, but I ain't wearing them.
What if I wore them for you?
I said I love women in heels.
Oh, I think they said a whoa men in it, and I'm like,
have you seen that chest, man? It's glorious.
Yeah, bro. What? He's just playing hard to get.
The black and silver stilettos.
Yeah.
Some fuck me pumps, as my mom used to call them.
Those are the ones. So Randall Forrest says hello, woof woof.
What? I'm sorry. I was thinking about pumps.
Forrest said hello, woof.
Are you thinking about me and pumps? Is that what you're doing?
No, I was thinking about pumps, heels. I was thinking about some Jimmy Choo heels that I saw like a couple of days ago.
You try them on?
What? No. I just like his design. No. His designs are really nice. Forrest said hello. Tell her I said hi bye.
Wow.
What?
I didn't know what you said.
Tell her I said hi bye.
Got it.
No, not bye.
Like a goat?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I rub her stomach, sometimes I go bah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I think no one knows.
Well, you hit me with lore that I didn't know existed, bro. Like I'm like, what?
You didn't buy the DLC. It shows.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm a base game kind of guy. That's weird, lol.
What's weird?
You don't want to wear pumps.
Poor Forrest.
Why?
She probably enjoys it. She's like, if I sustain this, he'll feed me.
Whatever.
That dog only cares about getting food and shitting. All right.
Your Forrest is low key an asshole.
What would she do?
Nice to her. She doesn't give a shit about me.
Oh, because you ain't feeding her. If you ain't feeding her, she don't care.
And she's like, "Where does he stay?" And I guess someone pointed over there.
Yeah.
And just drops
goes upstairs?
3-round bursts of shit in my room only.
Fucking
asshole, dude.
And then she looks at you like, they'll care for me if I give them the sad puppy eyes.
Yeah, and then I've never fed her, and she shat in my room, and then looks at me like I'm gonna give her these nuggets.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
It's only 30, baby girl.
Well, I mean, if you put the heels on.
Randall?
He's not talking to me.
Everybody wants to see you in heels. Damn.
No.
My chat already asked for it. What are you talking about? No. So Scott Pilgrim coming out. So we're probably gonna be playing that. Might be a parsec thing, so I'm not gonna be able to get everybody here at once. So we'll see who wants to play and how we can schedule the time for it.
I'll walk over there.
Are you a woman?
Are you coming through this weekend?
Are you a woman's 15?
What?
That's never.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you a woman's 15?
I do not wear heels.
That's
So
not
I
what I
don't
asked
know
you.
what size I wear.
Randall, the question I asked you only had 2 valid responses. Yes and no.
Are you coming through this weekend, Bryant?
I don't know.
I mean, you probably will be if you're wearing heels.
Yeah,
You
if
still
wear
got that
heels-
movie to watch. The what was it called?
Ready or not?
That too, but what was the other one?
The one you told him to guess?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Oh, Run.
What are you in men's?
15s.
Who's asking these questions?
The chat.
The chat's asking.
And what? In sneakers, boots?
And just men's is all I got.
In a revolver holsters, Randall.
I don't wear revolvers. not my type. Not my type of gun.
Fucking hell. So Scott Pilgrim's coming out this week. I'm not sure why we ain't as hype as I am, but we'll sort that out. I don't know who's gonna play it, but I gotta get, he only
remember what
cocks
Scott Pilgrim
shotguns. That's a good reference.
Factual.
Whoa. I heard a
What did
disturbance
Kelsey
in the
say?
phone. Hold the fucking phone. What?
I don't remember what Scott Pilgrim is.
You haven't seen the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I saw that.
Yeah, well, they have like a 4-player like action brawler beat 'em up type of game. Like it's an old arcade type of beat 'em up.
I know we've played it together.
Okay, I was about to say, I was going to hit you with next. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we played it because it was like 4-player split screen, and I had it back when I was still living with my mother. So
Yeah, I came over and we played.
yeah, I'm like, okay, this guy almost got me tight. And then Brian, I guess you added the Super Baby 2's out, the DLC for Dragon Ball.
Super Baby. If you have the season pass, which means you bought another Goku, he comes out Wednesday. Yeah, but if you didn't, he's on Friday.
2 days, that's it?
Yeah.
Shit. Sneakers, I guess is fine. So what's your size in men's for sneakers?
Mocha.
It depends, man. Depends on the cut of the shoe.
What if
It's,
it cuts gently?
No, because like if I get narrow, it's a different size than if I get regular. Like if narrow is like a 10, if it's regular, it's like 11 and a half. So it depends. It depends on the shoe, and it depends on the shoemaker. I can never just go into the store and be like, "Let me get those."
What if I'm making it for you?
Randall. Tim size. Go.
11.
Easy.
That's all that matters then. He's an 11.
He knows his Timbo numbers.
That's because Tims are always cut the same way.
Gently?
Like thin crust?
Okay.
Nice. The Hut. No one out huts the Hut. You feel me?
What
No
about
one
Jabba?
out pizzas the Hut. I'm stupid. We're moving on. So you gonna be playing it, Brian?
What?
With the deal? Did you buy the DLC? Or
I can't buy him yet. I don't buy season passes anymore. So when he's out on Friday, I'm gonna own him.
Okay. You gonna play it
I
over the
watched the
week? You gonna
showcase.
stream it or?
I don't know. I don't stream on Fridays,
Oh,
so I don't know.
you're making a showcase video to post on your YouTube?
No, I don't. I forgot I had a YouTube.
All right. Well, that comes out Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it for the episode, peeps. Randall, what are you doing this week, bro? I thought he fell asleep on me after that question.
Work, gym.
Yeah.
Well, now this week I'm changing my gym time to the morning because I don't want to contract COVID. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to try to get any further in Spider-Man.
And
Come on, Randall. It's an easy one.
There's something else I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
How is it that there's always something I'm supposed to be doing that you guys know that I don't know?
Because it's a running gag for like 10 episodes now, and you've continued to run into it.
You talking about streaming?
No, but you've added to the fire. Look at Kelsey's fucking eye.
I was just waiting for him to start guessing so I could be like, what are you streaming?
It's not streaming.
What is it?
Bryant is going to ask you about praying.
Oh. You gotta wait until I'm finished and then ask me that. Because I can at any given time mention praying.
Randall, I don't let any man finish. When I'm done, I leave.
He doesn't even let Jax from Grindr finish.
Yo, like why you got people like that coming to you?
Randall, look at the fucking, hey, hey,
Yeah, dude. There's
Jax from
one of the
Grindr,
guys
bro.
off the street. His name is Ryan, and he bought this Audi, and he like when COVID hit, he didn't really work as much, and so he was just like out there every week just washing the car, and he's like a jock, the jock type, big muscles, looks really good, and I was like, bro, if I look like that, I wouldn't wear clothes either. Like shit.
And the only reason I have a shirt on right now is because if I take it off, TOS will ban me.
We've had this whole conversation literally from this beginning story until you saying that. And then we explain to you what the rules are. And then Kelsey looks it up to make sure. And then we're an hour away.
Deja vu. Janine already found some heels for you, by the way. So when you wear that for summer break. Anywho. What were we talking about before this? Oh, Javi in the chat says that Attack on Titan is really good now. I dropped off after I read the manga for a bit because I just got bored of it. I don't know if they're at the part where I was at or they're probably past it, but
I don't even think I made it out the first season.
I saw the first season and I was hyped. I'm
it.
like, this shit's dope. And then I kept reading ahead in manga, and then I got to a point where I'm like, I'm tired of reading it, and then I never got back
I
to
saw
it.
the first season and I was done. That shit was yuck to me.
We make fun of
But I haven't seen anything after that.
Say again.
I watched the first and second season, but I haven't seen anything after that.
Gotcha. Jake from State Farm and my coworker is
You mean Jake Sully?
Jake Sully. Yeah, that's what it is. He watches the Attack on Titan as well, and he had the audacity to say out loud, and I have yet to let him down. Every day he mentions it. He's like, I'm watching Attack on Titan, and I think it's gonna be the best TV show of all time. I immediately was like, the what?
Has he seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Scrubs?
Yeah,
or...
I'm like, what? And then he starts backtracking. Oh, it's just anime. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay. And every day he mentions it. I'm like, oh, is it like anytime we're comparing something, I'm like, but is it better than Attack on Titan? Because there's no way you just said that to me out loud.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, because if it was Jujitsu,
it's not Jujitsu.
yeah, it would.
Jujitsu.
Jujitsu. That's piece. Speaking of which, that's airing again this Friday.
What?
Jujitsu?
Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu.
Okay.
And also, WandaVision starts this. Now that we're at releases, WandaVision starts this Friday as well.
So damn.
Something popped.
So
yeah, I'm like, what was that?
Are we discording the episodes weekly, or what we doing?
I mean, we have to, after I end this, it's already almost 3 hours. I was planning doing the same thing we did with Dragon Ball. Like, if we find a time where we can all watch it together, I get on Discord and watch it in Discord together, if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
It's only 20-minute episodes anyway, and it's going to be weekly, so.
Right, I'm just looking at both of you, and then the one in chat, because I know you guys are like, yeah, we're doing this, and then you guys say, fuck everyone else, and then you say, oh, it's fine, only everyone dies. We're going to watch it anyway, and that's what's going to happen.
Only everyone dies. This ain't Red Dead. How we get here? Attack on Titan, that's how we got here. I think that's everything. Jujutsu Kaisen airs. WandaVision airs. This releases. Movies, I have no idea. I've stopped trying to follow what movies come out because of the digital releases. And then music, I didn't see anything on there. There was like 5 people releasing something.
I just listened to songs from all of them. I Googled them. And when you guys were talking and I had a disgusted face, that was my reaction to each one of their songs.
Okay, well, that's that. That was the releases. Randall Murray told us that he's working, praying, and working out. Brian, what are you doing?
Tuesdays I'm not streaming because I'm working on remastering a lot of my stuff on SoundCloud so I can actually release it. Wednesday co-op stream, so whatever we do there, or bro-op, whatever we're calling it. Thursday, I don't know what I'm streaming. It should be Demon's Souls, but I said that last week and then I just didn't stream. And then the rest of the weekend, I don't remember what I'm doing.
Okay. Kelsey. Sorry,
What's up?
WyrdTV. What is the content on that channel this week?
Well, I'm definitely gonna try and play some more Bloodborne because
Nice.
I'm really enjoying that, even as infuriating as it is.
There's
don't
no
know-
difficulty on that, right? Like that's like legit old school design. You get in there and okay.
It's made by From Software. I don't know if it's necessarily by the same team that did Dark Souls, but it is a From Software game.
Gotcha.
I really don't like that there's not really like a parry button. Or at least I
not?
haven't got.
Oh,
I don't
you're right. To parry, you shoot them at the right time.
Do what?
To make them like stagger, you have to shoot them with the gun when they're about to hit you.
Oh, I haven't tried that. I know that the gun does like knock some like it'll knock wolves over or dogs. But so far the gun has been kind of worthless. I'll probably have to look up and see just how some of the mechanics work. But I mean, all in all, I'm enjoying it. Probably gonna try and play some PoE this weekend. I think that's about it right now, at least
Okay.
for content. I'm still in the middle of God of War. I streamed that for a little bit last week, but
A steady 60 FPS now.
yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
A
way
lot of
easier.
horsepower.
when you know what the fuck you're doing, and two, you know what the fuck you're doing. I'm not being as stingy with like the hack silver or upgrading my equipment. Like if it's a higher rating, fucking get it. Like I'm not playing around with this whole. Well, I like this stat better because it has this that. No, if it goes from a 3 to a 4 or it has sockets, whatever, I'm just using. I don't care at this point, you know. And it's like it's made so many things so much easier. I still got really frustrated with the very beginning because you don't have anything, and you just like the white monsters, the regular monsters, whatever they are
Too shot
just-
you.
infuriating as shit, you know. So
Once you start getting a little bit more upgrades, it'll feel like home again.
yeah, now I'm like I think my character's power level is like 4, almost 5, and I'm able to. I've killed some things that were level like 7 and 8, and you know it's definitely a lot easier this run through.
That's good. And you're playing on the hardest, I'm assuming.
Of course, there is
Hey.
no other difficulty.
Hey,
Right,
I mean there wouldn't be if they didn't give you an option.
The
You have to
Randall,
lean over if you were in frame already, Rand.
Oh, he's not gonna listen to that. He's already thinking about praying again. All right. Well, myself.
Before you tell him you're not going to talk about your new Bugatti.
Actually, I have something more important than that. Extra Life finished their charity stream with $2.7 million for charity donations. Forgot to do that earlier in the stream to talk about it. So congratulations to them. That's a shitload of fucking money. I'm
Extra
sure-
Life or Games Done Quick?
Did I say Extra Life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sorry, Games Done Quick.
I was gonna say that number is like that's the exact same number as what Games Done Quick did.
It's
But you
Games
said
Done
Extra
Quick. I'm sorry. Because I do get Extra Life, so that's why Games Done Quick held their awesome Games Done Quick last week, which is usually do every like first week or second week of the new year, and it ended up with like $2.7 million. So congrats to them. They pulled out a bunch of crazy money with some crazy ass speed runs. I saw the Hades one, I saw the Sekiro one, I saw the TaskBot ones. I love watching the TaskBot ones. awesome stuff. So congratulations to them. New Bugatti. What? Oh, I traded in my Jetta. And now I have a Ford Fusion. It's a hybrid.
It's really a Bugatti, but
Huh?
he got a Bugatti.
Car?
He kept saying Bugatti, and your voice just robot. I don't know what's with that keyword that makes your voice robot, but as he was saying it, you're like, I don't know what.
So you bought a new car.
Yes, I traded in my Jetta, and now I have a Ford Fusion. A Ford. I heard you poop in your mouth. I got you.
You didn't let it just die on the road and then walk away and set it on fire.
I wanted to, but in the end, they ended up giving me a good amount for it. I'm like, you want how much for this piece of shit?
Yeah, like during some of the deals, dude. Like I had a car that was just the first car I ever owned was an Isuzu Rodeo, and it was, it was very much used. It was like leaking water through the roof because the guy who owned it before me tried to put it in a sunroof on his own, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it was just trash, and we got like $3,500 or something for it. I mean, it was just nuts.
Yeah, when I'm like, what? Yes, let me sign before you fucking rethink about it. Like, rethink it. Which helped because it knocked down a bunch of the price for my Ford Fusion. And so far, it drives nice, comfy. I'm enjoying the gas mileage on it, so. Because it's a hybrid. I think after this one, I'm going to go full electric, but we'll see how long this one lasts.
So how does the hybrid thing work? Does it work the battery first and then the gas, or the opposite?
Depending on your RPMs. Like, if you're on the highway just fucking driving like Kelsey or Randall, it's going to just use the engine. But if you're like steady coasting at like a low RPM, it just switches to electric. Which is, I mean, I drive like an old man, so no. It charges as you brake. Depending on how you brake, it uses that kinetic energy and recharges the battery.
It also uses it from the gas.
And that too. So you
Shannon,
have
a 2018 or 2019 Honda Accord.
Yeah,
and it's the same way. It's a hybrid.
It's nice. I this whole week, not whole week. It's only been a few days. I guess I'll check back on Friday to see how much gas I spent on a regular work week. But I'm still not even a quarter of the way using my gas. So
how's it drive?
Say again? Which one?
I don't know if you have it. I don't know if yours has it, but she has a button that allows her to turn on electric only, so that if you were for some reason to run out of gas, you could hit the button and at least continue on for a little while.
Oh, I have to look into it. I haven't read the manual yet. I still have it in the glove, but I do need to read through it to see if I have a button for that. That'd be pretty dope. What was your question?
How's the drive?
I like it. It's smooth. Now it's.
Is it noticeably smoother?
Yes, day and night.
Oh,
like where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm speeding again. That's how smooth it is. Where I need to keep track of my Jetta. If I'm speeding, you feel it. You're like, fuck, this thing's gonna fall apart any second. I told him to touch all the buttons. I don't do that. I don't just start touching buttons on a motor vehicle. Well, I know
is that what she did when she got in your car?
Yes, she literally is just yo, relax. I don't know if this fucking thing's gonna turn to Optimus Prime. So, anywho,
I like the lights.
You have actual.
Okay, say again.
This is what happens when you have actual shocks and things on the car that work.
Yes, it is so far smooth. Like I can't tell when I'm doing too much speed, which is bad.
The other car that Shannon was looking at, but she really just wanted a Honda. So.
Okay. I had to complete the trifecta. I had a Japanese car, which was my you remember my Civic. I had the Jetta for European. Now I'm an American with the Ford.
American.
Yes, sir. Oh no, did my internet go out?
I think your screen froze for a second.
Yeah.
You're back.
That's Comcast saying wrap it up. No problem, Comcast.
We got to push out.
Yeah, hurry up, bro. This update that does nothing for you and everything for everyone else. Yeah. So what was I talking about? What am I doing this week? Oh yeah, there's a car. I got it last week. Go ahead, Brian.
Anthony, what are you doing?
Thank you, man. I thank you. What I'm doing is, there's 2 games I'm gonna be playing for sure. I'm playing Going Under again because that was fun, and I'm playing Immortals because fuck, that's fun. I've been wanting to keep playing it. So tomorrow I'll flip a coin whether I'm playing Going Under or Immortals. Wednesday, Brian, we're probably gonna play Scott Pilgrim, but if I gotta see if Janiana wants to play with us. It's Thursday?
The 14th.
Oh, I'm stupid. Then we're not doing that.
Dang, I wanted to play.
Okay,
I said I wanted to play when it first was announced.
That makes 4 of us now, Randall.
But you said you, him, and Banana.
That's 3.
You didn't say nothing about me.
Because I was cut off with, that's Thursday. Any further questions, Lord Randy?
Can Randall
I
play?
hate that name, man.
I know you do. And every time
sounds terrible.
When you ask something that just inflames my loins.
If I lived in that period, I would kill every person that said that to me.
Randall, you have to send a search party for me because I would be yelling it across the town. Lord Randy! And then have like a huge black sock between my legs and be like, I'm Lord Randy! You know what that means?
What's an old acquaintance of Shannon's? Her husband's name at the time was Randy, and it bothered me all to hell. I was like, why would you go by Randy?
Yeah.
Because look, I'm just saying, it brings a smile to my face.
I hated that name so much, man.
What about when I call you Sandal?
Diana is on your side, though. She said it would be Randalius. So you'd be Lord Randalius. That sounds a little sexy.
I don't know how I acquire these names. Randalius. When I was working at JHT, you remember Dez? Bryant? Kelsey? You remember Dez?
Dez, yeah.
He used to call me what was it? Randilius Maximus or some junk like that. I don't know how to get these names.
Well, I mean, you call her Janiana Banana. That's what she said.
Come on, man. That's
rhyming.
That's textbook, yeah.
Randall's trying to write a fucking mixtape with your name.
Dez is awesome. I miss Dez.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Anthony's nickname is just the first thing that comes to mind.
Adam calls him Tony the Shovel.
I've been called that before. Yeah, I used to be Tony the Shovel because a coworker of my mother's called me that, and I'm like, all right.
Bryant's nickname for me is Brizzle. I've never had a nickname for Kelsey though.
Javi says he calls Janiana Jananana at work. Good work, son.
I mean, technically, Kelsey is a nickname, sort of, because it's not my first name.
But your last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't nicknames be something that's not? It's
not your name.
Yeah, like it's not your name at all.
I mean, I guess technically.
I don't know. Technically. I'm just asking it.
Well, I mean, a nickname is technically something you don't normally go by. I mean, I go by Brian, and you guys call me Kelsey. Usually because there's always 43 other Bryans.
Yeah.
At the gym, a new Brian started, and so we call him Brian Squared.
I like it. Did he approve?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Cobra in there. Cobra already hitting you with your mafia name. You want to know what it is? El Rondalo. Look at him. He's hard. All right, we got to move on before he erupts.
Weird.
What am I doing? So tomorrow, either Immortals or Going Under. Wednesday, Bro Op. What are we doing? Oh, we can probably continue Borderlands, I guess. On Stadia. If not, we can try something else. Thursday, Immortals are going on. The opposite of what I played tomorrow. So if I play Going Under tomorrow, it would be Immortals Thursday, and vice versa. And then that's it. And then I'm out for streaming for the weekend. And I'll be back next Monday for this podcast. And that's all she wrote, folks. Every time 3 hours, no matter how much I try. This has been episode 124. I've been your host, Anthony. My fellow comrades, Randall. He just shook his head. Great. We got Brian.
It's Randilius Maximus.
Randilius Maximus.
I don't think that's that.
Okay. And we got Weird, also known as Brian Kelsey.
What's up?
Because his name is Thought.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.